Hello, it's good to be back. We've got a good group of players with us tonight. We're just going to run through the introductions real quick and get right into it. So let's start with just what's on the screen here. Elliot.
What up? What up? Sam playing Elliot. You know what it is.
Awesome. Conan.
Yeah. Steven playing the little baby wizard boy. That's
Aw,
really about it.
baby wizard boy. And Celine.
Hello, my name is Joe. I'm playing Selena Radovan. She's a human gunslinger, bounty hunter by trade. Pew pew
We got
pew.
to work Baby Yoda into this. Ardal.
Hello, I'm Amanda. I'm playing Ardal, uh, halfling cleric.
Awesome. You want to tell us about Dennis?
And we've got Robbie, my son, playing Dennis, halfling paladin.
Woo! Dennis, who saved the day last week, running
Yep.
upstairs and throwing that lay of hands on. Keeping our folks alive. Okay, all right, we're gonna jump right into it tonight. I'm gonna attempt to do a recap, and I hope it has something to do with what we did. Like, so you guys feel free to correct
All
me if I
right.
have no idea what's going on, because what would I know? Um, so basically, our players had gone to rescue Floon, and they did. Along the way, they made friends with Raynar Neverember, and he fronted the money for this business they opened up. And I have here it's called Troll School Pizzaporium and Pub. So it's kind of like this pizza place with a pub. They have a specialty pizza that they're known for called the Dungeon Dive Pizza. It consists of uh, uh, beef, sausage, bacon bites, uh, let's see, minced beef, bell peppers, and mushrooms. And the um, as they were getting ready for the night before opening, they went to the place that they had been going to fairly frequently. That's in McDonald's. Um, Pub, where it's actually a small pub, nowhere near the size of the Troll School Manor. But he offers these little meals called the Sunshine Meal, which they tended to eat a lot. On the night before they opened up, they were warned about that the health inspector really has a problem with rats. So if they were to have rats, that would be a problem. Well, unfortunately, in the night, our wizard had set up some alarms, and he set up 9 alarms, and all 9 alarms got tripped, and they were infested with rats. They were able to kill 8 of the swarms, but unfortunately, one of the swarms survived. And the next morning, when their buddies Vola, Floon, and Raynar and the health inspector showed up, unfortunately, that remaining group of rats, jumped out to the health inspector. And y'all can help me remember kind of how that went down. I'm trying to remember. I think he, uh, if I remember right, uh, I'm trying to think how he left it with you guys. I think you guys were okay. he just, he didn't want,
Well,
yeah, go ahead. You could tell me because I'm trying to remember.
uh, so the inspector was attacked by rats.
Yeah.
He was put to sleep along with the rats so he could finish them off. And then when the health inspector woke, uh, what was it? Then we told him, at least my character, told him what had happened. Also, because it was at 5 or 6 or 7 people saw
Yeah,
what
y'all told him
happened
that. Yeah, I remember y'all told him
and
the
then
truth.
left.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then after that, um, so yeah, we told him the truth. We said that someone was sabotaging us, and we were going to figure it out and find proof or something.
Right. Okay.
And Lord Never Ember left before the inspector woke up, if I remember
Yeah, they
correctly.
they had left. Uh huh.
him and Floon and Volo.
So the health inspector, I think, if I remember it correctly, he was giving you an opportunity to sort of clear your name, find out who sabotaged you.
Right.
If not, that's what happened now.
Okay.
So that wasn't what happened. That's what happened now. And and then we sort of ended the session. I can't remember if it was Lockett, but someone had noticed a torn piece of cloth lodged into one
Yeah.
of the window sills, and it was similar cloth to the clothing that y'all noticed that Emmett Donald was wearing, and it actually had on the torn piece of cloth there was an embroidery of EM, and that's where we pick up. It's in the morning, and all this just transpired. That's where we pick up.
Okay. Wait, so was that information shared? Does everybody know about the torn cloth?
Hmm.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, this seems rather obvious. The one guy who ever mentioned rats before we ever heard about them, Ed McDonald, and now there's a torn piece of Ed McDonald uniform in our house. So let's find what piece of cloth this here scrap belongs to, and get our confession out of whoever's whoever's done this to us. Sound like a plan?
Sure.
Sounds good to me. We should pay him a visit.
Yeah. All right.
So so if you guys can
All
see
right.
the map, you can see kind of how you guys would get there.
Yeah, it's I guess down the street and around the corner. All right. What time of day is it?
Very early in the morning. I think you guys opened up. No, wait, no. I'm sorry. It's
Oh no,
noon. It's noon
like
time, like between 12 and 1. So let's say it's
okay.
1 o'clock now. They got there about 12:30. We'll say all the events that transpired took about half an hour.
Wait, Ardo, you said you have zone. You can do zone of truth.
I can indeed.
Oh, okay. Is the official has the official left, or is he still there at
He
the
left, but
pizzeria?
he could be called back. I mean, in the event that y'all wanted the official to meet you somewhere or something like that. That's totally doable.
Okay then. Um, I wanna I wanna run after the official and tell him this can be sorted rather soon, and tell him to meet us at M McDonald's. We're on our way there now. And
Yeah,
so yeah, let's make our way with the official to M McDonald's.
yeah. So when you pop into McDonald's, you arrive there and you can see a lovely young woman behind the desk. She appears to be about maybe about 18 years old, and she's hello, welcome to McDonald's. How may I help you?
Hi, we're looking. Well, first of all, I want to search her with my eyes, search her uniform. Is there a missing piece, like where this M McDonald piece should be? Like, is there a missing piece of her?
On
Is her
her
uniform
on
torn?
her uniform, without having to roll, her uniform looks intact.
Oh, okay. Is Mr. Donald
You
here? Emmett.
give me a perception at advantage though.
Um, perception is wisdom. I think I had a +2.
You have a lot of power tonight, man. You could just be like, I think I had a +5 and everything. Go ahead,
No, well,
you can take
I
it.
did have this. I had the skill and I had a +2, so proficiency is 3, +2 is 5,
It's all good. You got a +2 now,
so,
so
so a 10.
okay. Yeah, so so you're trying to you're trying to make a notice of the base of her uniform,
Mm.
like you're specifically looking for that logo, and you don't see it one way or the other. You don't you wouldn't necessarily assess that it's not there. Just from your angle, you're not able to see it. Um, and anyway, so she's like, "What can I get you, fine gentlemen?" And she looks up. She goes, "Ah, Inspector, good to see you." And he greets her and he says, "Ah, yes. How you doing? Do you did you ever get any of those beholders in?" And she goes, "Oh, not yet. I'm waiting. I'm gonna save you one if they come in." And he's like, "Okay." And she says, "Would you like a sunshine meal?" And um, he says, "Sure. Why don't you throw one on for me?" And she calls out to someone in the back to make the inspector a
All
sunshine meal.
right,
Sorry.
a sunshine mail.
Yeah.
Where's M. McDonald?
And she says, "Oh, he's not here today. He takes a day off.
Hmm.
Probably fishing and enjoying himself. I would imagine."
But you don't
Does
know for
he
sure where he is.
Usually he's out at the lake that has a name that I'll look up later. But
Okay.
he's, he's at the lake with that name, and probably fishing. That's usually what he does on his days he takes off. He's a very
does
hard
he
worker. And the inspector
do,
goes, "I know that. I tell you, he needs to take more time for himself for sure." And she goes, "I know."
does
I
he
would like. Oh, go ahead.
does he take days off often?
Yeah, 2 days a week is normal. He usually
Okay.
fishes when he takes the days off at the lake that has a name that's known to all of you.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's a
I would
very
like.
interesting name for a lake, but okay.
I'll have to.
So at this point, I would like to roll an insight to see if she's lying. But since I don't have my character sheet, I would ask one of the others to roll an insight to see if she's lying. Perhaps the bounty hunter, Elaine. Would you perhaps like to roll an insight check?
At the
Yeah, I'm
okay,
not sure if that's. Oh
he
yeah.
usually goes to the glassy pond lake. Actually, no.
Uh,
Let's give it another name. Bloom Bloom Smart. Hey, I'm gonna write this down. All right, here's the real name. Bloom's Bloom Smar Lake, outside of Waterdeep. Bloomsmar. You know what? I'm gonna need to get my secretary to come do these games with us so that I can be like, can you write that down? I'm gonna they'll be like, what are you talking about? Like, I need you to take some notes. Write down Bloomsmar Lake, and to be like, how much are we listing that for? Like, no, we're not listing it. It's just I need you to write that down and write down M. McDonald. Bloomsmar Lake is the name of the lake. And I hope I can save this sheet. So if y'all want to write that down to help out later, you can. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, what were you gonna do? Check to see.
a dirty 20 for her, an insight check to see
To
if she's
see if
lying.
yeah, she so your character would believe that she believes that Emic did in fact probably go to the lake on his day off. You can sense that she doesn't necessarily know that for sure, but not that her answer is malicious.
Yeah,
It
as
just
far as she knows, she's telling the truth.
yeah. I
She's
mean,
not intentionally lying to him.
right. He may not be there, but it's that it's not like she knows everywhere he goes on his day off. She just knows he frequently takes the time to go fishing.
Okay.
And you can tell with that role that usually when he comes back, he he has he typically brings a fish that he catches, and they can use the fish to do fish sandwiches as part of their funshine meals.
I heard that.
Uh,
And you notice
I
that
heard that
current
McDonald's
and
fish sandwiches are terrible, though.
you notice currently on the board where it gives the list of menu items they have that currently the fish is marked off as not being available.
That's
okay.
weird. I've heard McDonald's fish sandwiches are the worst.
And then the health inspector goes, "Ah, there's no way you had one. They're amazing. Surely you've never had one.
Oh no, I've had one. And even
A young child your size should definitely definitely eat more fish. It has omega 3 in it, which we all know about in the Forgotten Realms."
um,
hey, there are apothecaries here in the world. I think we know
I'm
what omega fatty acids are.
I'm gonna ask the young lady Hey, does Emic
And then
ever?
wait, and then while you're looking around, the health inspector begins to have a really intricate discussion about health and vitamins and fatty acids, and they're just really going at it about the various things of
Macros and
yeah,
minis.
like Conan speaking way beyond the knowledge of a child. Okay, I'm
Um,
sorry. Go ahead.
did Emic say when he would be back?
He's the boss, so he can come whenever he wants. But usually, he wouldn't be in today or tomorrow. I would expect him the following day, based on his usual schedule. But he is the boss; he can do what he wants.
All right. And then I turn to the group and be like, okay, do we want to go kind of discreetly so that the woman doesn't hear? But hey guys, do we want to go look for him or wait here? Just come back and wait here when he's done to question him.
Uh, third better option. This is a perfect chance for us to, you know, maybe get into his back rooms, get into the nooks and crannies of this place while he's not here. Do some
Let
investigative sleuthing.
let me. Oh, no, go ahead. Sorry.
The,
Hmm.
like
I
that
think there's
might
something to that.
better done
Um.
when it's
It
closed,
says in the
not
note
in the
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
midday.
it says in the notes that she's a halfling, but I want her to be a human. So I was gonna say it's a halfling, but I actually like human. I hope that doesn't have anything to do with the storyline. She's a human now. I just noticed that. I was gonna tell y'all she's a halfling, but I don't know. I kind of like her better as a human, so she's a human now.
I can't tell if that's supposed to be
and
racist
I'm
or
sure,
not.
and I'm sure later on it's like
Your
now
prerogative.
because it's a halfling that reveals that ties the entire story together. So hopefully it doesn't mess up the story. But she's a human now.
All
I'm sorry.
right.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. That was my pause. I was gonna say,
Yeah.
oh, it's a halfling, but I don't want her to be a halfling. So it's a human
Has
halfling.
anyone ever told you got very halfling-like
Yeah.
features?
and she,
Uh.
and she's like, she looks
um.
down at her feet and she's like, what's that supposed to mean?
You got that very innocent and childlike
Ah,
wonderment to your
yeah. So when
face
you say
that
that,
halflings seem to
she
have.
blushes and she's like, why? Thank you.
So I turn to the health inspector and I say, well, we seems we can't get to the bottom of this, seeing as how he's not here. When he does turn up, how might we reach you, or should we come to you with what we find when we find it?
And he tells you at the basically the what would amount to like the city town hall area would be where
Mm-hmm.
you can go, and he's very easy to get anytime between the hours of uh, 9 a.m. and 4 o'clock p.m. every day except for the uh, seventh, eighth, and ninth day of the week when he takes off.
Wait, eighth and ninth day of the week?
Wait, sorry, eighth,
Yeah,
ninth, and 10th.
yeah.
that's that's what I
Oh,
get for negotiating all day. I can't add anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, we got the
Of the 10-day period, he
okay.
takes the
Saturday,
last
but then
three
we got
days.
The last few
we got
days.
Yeah,
Schmurv's Day,
right now,
Quarfin
right
Day.
now, it is. This is the day um, after the this is the first day of the week of the when normal people are like open. This is the so you've got some time. Like basically, Emic would pretty much work what would be everyone else's weekend, and he takes the first 2 days of the week off. Is what his normal and for the for to you guys.
Oh, like
Like
a
he
third slash
works
fourth
like
year
the
college
rush is
student.
always the rush for the tavern is always over the weekend. So Emic works that time, but now this is the beginning of the week, so he takes the first 2 days off.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
I'm saying that so if you guys wanted to talk to the inspector tomorrow or the next day or several days, like you would have time to do that. It's not like
Okay.
he won't be there, and he'll be there today. It's just it's right now. It's around like getting close to 2 o'clock. So he'll.
Okay. Well, sorry that for wasting your time. He's not here. For that, I would like to pay for your meal. and then we will see you in the
And
coming days.
and she
when we
speaks up and she
find-
goes, "Oh, that won't be necessary. It's always on the house for the inspector."
Oh,
So,
okay then. All right then, Inspector. Enjoy your meal, and we will see you in the next few days, within the 10 days.
Yeah. So as he's talking, he looks kind of angry, and he's like, "Ah, not another stinking badger." and he pulls out a little wooden badger out of his bag, and he just kind of sets it on the table, and he walks out a little bit frustrated.
do we have badgers? Maybe I could take it.
Oh yeah, you could. It's there. It wouldn't be stealing or anything. I mean, you're a little kid. If you express that you want it, he would hand it to you.
Do any of us have a badger yet?
Somebody got
I
a
Yeah, he
badger.
had one.
I think I have a
Elliot.
badger.
If one of us already has a badger, we won't take it. There's no
Yeah,
need
so
to.
you can just leave it sitting there.
These will be collector's items one day, though. We'll make bank off of these.
Oh, it's in my digital notes. Yeah. All right. I guess I start to make my way back to Troll Skull Manor.
Methinks
Yeah.
that the inspector and McDonald might be strange bedfellows, if you catch my drift.
Possibly, but it also could just be a business owner sucking up to the town official.
No, I think he's sucking something, that's for sure.
For a little kid, you got a dirty mouth.
All right.
You guys do know where Bloom. Not that it matters. I mean, I don't know if you want to go there or not, but y'all know your characters. Those of you that are from Waterdeep know about Bloomsmar Lake and where it's
How
at.
long of a travel is it from here?
It's just outside the city.
I still think we got a better chance of sneaking in while he's on his day off. Because, when he gets. If we wait for him to get back, that would be enough
So-
time for someone, like the employee or someone, to tell him that we're here, and then he'd have time to throw away any evidence
So
that
on the map,
would incriminate him.
If we go looking for him, though, then we don't have to. There's no threat of him talking to his employee because we'll have gone to where he is.
You
He
don't
can't
think that the employee? You don't think that the employee is probably in on this?
No, I don't think so.
I think we just have to find a McDonald, hold him in a zone of truth, and make him confess in front of the health inspector.
I feel like this is just somebody trying to protect himself from competition.
Yep.
He ain't including anybody else in these decisions.
I feel like I feel like just throwing him in a zone of truth isn't going to be enough evidence. Because remember, do you even know how a zone of truth even works? If you're good looking enough, then you can actually still lie your face off in a zone of truth. That's so I've been told.
Is Emic Donald very good looking from what we remember?
Well, seeing as he's pretty popular
yeah, he would.
around town.
Yeah, he's not. It's not like he's, amazing, but he's above average. I mean, he looks like somebody that would own a business. If he winked at the ladies, they would probably talk to him.
Yeah. But here's the thing. We can still throw a zone of truth on him, but right now would be a perfect time to go in, maybe find some evidence. If, I don't know, say a friar of his accidentally somehow got some wires cut or something.
First of all, I don't think wires are used that way in this time setting. Second of all, I don't want us to get caught doing something illegal when we're trying to make sure that he's caught doing something illegal.
Exactly.
So find him, because then it would just compound the problem on us. Let's find him, make him tell the truth, get to the bottom of this, and clear our names. The law will do the rest.
The law will do the rest
I agree.
unless the rest hasn't more money. So
Well, seeing as how he couldn't afford the place that we moved into, I don't think he has that much money.
And only that, but
Mm,
Waterdeep is pretty well known for its law and order. They ain't gonna.
Right.
yeah, it's also well known for its seedy underground and seedy bad people.
Right, but this is well, we don't know what's we're going to find. Let's go find M. McDonald first.
We could split up. Do the one thing you're never supposed to do.
If if trying to get the truth from M. McDonald doesn't end up working in our way, we always have the other option
Which is,
of of investigating his place
but
discreetly.
but once, because he'll know that we cast Zone of Truth on him, and once he realized that we're probably onto him, if of course there is something on with him, then he'll have time to hide or destroy any evidence. We need to do the investigating first, and then we need to do the
We
interrogating.
we have the evidence. He can't destroy the evidence if we have it. We have this torn piece of M. McDonald clothing that was from a windowsill on the second story of our estate.
Yeah,
So
if we can find where the actual uniform is that this came from, then we have concrete evidence. This is just all conjecture, or whatever the word is. Because look at it, and then I'll take it from him and I'll turn it upside down. It could easily be misconstrued as a W as well, or and then turn it sideways, or like a really weird three, like maybe like a toddler tried to draw it. I don't know.
if
But
we
really,
have
just
both
having this piece
guys,
doesn't do anything for evidence.
if we have this piece and the missing piece is found on him, that's proof. If we have both of them, he can just say they stole one of my uniforms and tore it. The evidence only works if we have one piece and the other piece is with him. That's the
Too
only way
bad
the evidence
cameras
works.
haven't been invented in this world yet.
Well, there we go. So
Just a
anyway,
thought. I
uh-huh.
can cast augury and see if the plan is a good plan or a bad plan or maybe a good plan. Just a thought.
Augury is like what you like consult with the gods or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sure. How
Okay.
long does
So
how long does it take to cast?
uh, it's instantaneous. Or 1 minute.
Oh,
Sorry. It's 1 minute casting time. So I just have to sit down for a minute with some genuine
okay.
made sticks, I guess, or whatever in divination tool. Maybe cards. We'll go with cards.
So
So
how
I'll
does it
I'll sit
work?
down and do some tarot reading. Um, so I have to. So we have to figure out what plan we want to check. Then DM gets to choose either wheel for good results, woe for bad results, wheel
If
and woe for good and bad results, or nothing for
if you
results that
do
aren't
this,
especially good or bad.
if you do this in the library that you converted at the
Hmm.
manor and shut the door and it's quiet,
Hmm.
then it will be more effective.
Okay, so I'll go up into my room and I'll do a little tarot reading. And what
So
do
All
we
right.
want to check? Do we
if
want to check going to
I want to know
hunt down
what's the
Emic, or
yeah. I want to know if the gods think it's a better plan to go and to the lake to talk to Emic, or to sneak into M. McDonald's office now and find proof there.
okay, I don't know if I can do an either or. It's the results of a specific course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes.
Okay, then ask
So,
about the lake.
okay. So I'll do a tarot reading and I'll ask how
so
good the
so I'm
going
gonna
to the lake
I'll
plan.
give you that because you guys are kind of have had a discussion of possibly breaking into the at McDonald, because you guys are
Mhm.
talking that way. I'll give you that. So y'all do notice that there's the front entrance if you're looking on your screen, and you notice a side entrance. It's sort of, I mean, even like in our world, you got like Burger King. There's the front entrance and there's a side entrance where everybody sort of smokes. You know,
Oh yeah,
so
yeah.
y'all see something. I'm just saying, y'all. You notice
We
that,
noticed
and you're
it.
right. It's small, but I'm just giving you that because you guys are being now cautious of, you're looking for things like that, and there's sort of a back door where there's garbage, and you on your way back you catch it sort of in this corner area over here is that kind of a employee door. Um, okay, and then if y'all
Okay.
go back, it's not very far. You make it back, and it's um, so are y'all gonna do the ritual? Are you describe to me how this is done then, Ardal? What are they? What's this like? What are y'all doing?
Okay, we'll sit down on the floor and take out a deck of really, really fancy, shiny tarot cards that are very well worn, like they look like they've been used a lot.
Limited
Um,
edition holographic foil.
yeah, yeah, like metallic foil and stuff on it. And I'll lay out a spread of a few cards and just sort of concentrate on them and see what they tell me, whether it's good or bad. Just sort of concentrate on going to the lake and casting Zone of Truth and confronting
Are
Emic.
are they doing anything, or they just need to stand there and be quiet? Like, what do you
Yeah,
need
they
them?
just need to stand there and be quiet.
Okay, all
She
right,
pulled out a blue eyes white dragon. Is that good?
okay. Hang on. Let me pull this up here. I probably should have been doing that while you were talking. Hang on. That's efficient. Okay, what's it called?
Augury? It's a second level spell.
Augury. Okay, and you're doing it as a wizard. I mean, as a.
Cleric.
I'm sorry. Are you doing the ritual? I mean, as a ritual.
Um, yeah, I'll do it as a ritual if I
Yeah,
can save a spell
because right
slot.
now you guys are full health, full spell slots. Y'all haven't
hmm
spent anything yet.
Yeah,
Um,
but ritual casting is 10 minutes though, right?
yeah, y'all. I'm saying
Yeah.
y'all would have the time to do that. There's no reason. I can't see any logistical
I mean,
reason
you
why you
guys
would.
can go and do whatever you want while I'm doing this. I'm just gonna sit here and concentrate on my cards for 10 minutes. Or you guys
It's
said
only
you want
it's
to
only
go and
10
play
minutes.
something.
Now
We'll wait
you need
outside the
to. It
door.
says that. Let's see. Okay, never mind. It says specially marked sticks or bones. So I'm gonna assume you have that.
Yeah, or it says they're
Yeah.
laying out ornate cards, so tarot cards.
Yeah, she has tarot cards. Doesn't work.
Okay. So ask. Okay. So then officially ask the question, and I'll give you will for good results, woe for bad results, will and woe for both good and bad results. I will tell you mechanically because I try to give you guys rulings because every DM's a little bit different. The answer will be based on the benefit of the gods. It's not necessarily on your benefit. I'm just saying. You just got to keep
Okay.
that in mind.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people sometimes. Have you ever heard the thing in like religion? Some people say that unanswered prayers are some of the best answers. You know what I mean?
hmm
It's like
hmm
that. So you gotta. Your character would know about that. That the
hmm
answer is on the benefit of the gods and their ultimate plan, not
hmm
specifically. Like, for example, let's say that you were to want to, I don't know, eat a bunch of food or whatever, like that. They uh, they may say it's good because eating a bunch of food is going to make you sick, which is going to make you go to the hospital where you're going to meet this amazing doctor that you fall in love. You know what I mean? So I'm
hmm
just giving you that mechanically as an example.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. So I just want to make sure you knew that from my side. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Ask what you want.
So, um,
Yes,
is
good.
going to the lake to search for a McDonald a better plan at this moment?
Um, and when you ask that, you don't get an answer, but you still feel connected.
Okay. So neither good or bad.
Yeah, you still
Basically
feel
got the
connected.
equivalent of please
You
ask
weren't
again.
responded to, but you can tell there's a connection there.
Okay.
This is
So,
kind of cool. It's like being a little, like you do the little thing and it goes,
The magic eight ball.
yeah, like your, yeah,
Yeah.
like the little bones, or you don't see any of the
do we
bones
want to
move.
take another 10 minutes and I can check the
You,
other plan?
I'm mechanically telling you that you still feel connected because you feel like your character feels like your character feels like you could be free to speak something else. Like you're still
Okay.
connected in that. Your character,
Okay.
again, you're a cleric, right?
hmm
Yeah, so you asked the question, and perhaps mechanically you would need to start all over, but in this instance you weren't answered, but you still feel that there's a connection there.
Okay.
So your
So,
connection wasn't lost.
would it be better to search at a McDonald's?
Um, I'm trying to think. um, for the sake of time, so we don't sit here an hour,
Hmm.
be more specific. You feel like the bones form the phrase. Can you be more specific? Like so mechanically, what I'm saying is like be more specific about what that means. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you're like, hey, can I go search a
Yeah,
tree?
yeah, yeah.
Sure, you can go search. Like, why are you? Be very specific about what
Okay,
you're
okay.
doing.
Should we search for evidence of sabotage at a McDonald's? Is that a
So you,
worthwhile course?
yeah. So when you say that, you can feel a almost like the like a what's the guy that you serve, or who are you with?
Oh gosh.
I hope it's one I know. You know,
I can't remember. Where is it?
what's your alignment?
Um, Lawful good. It's Denier, uh, god of knowledge.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, can you spell that for me?
Deneir.
Okay. So um when you ask that question in that way, and can you repeat it just so I can reset my mind? I'm sorry. You
Should
said
we search for evidence of sabotage in a McDonald's?
when you say that, one of the books falls off the shelf and lands beside you.
Okay, I'll pick it up and take a look at it.
When you open the book, you can see a flyer inside the book that actually looks to be a real estate flyer. It looks like at one time where M. McDonald's where M. McDonald has his building, it looks like at one time that was for sale. And this is a flyer, and you can see Night Realty. And yeah, you can see it actually is significantly smaller and cheaper than what Troll School Manor would be worth. And on the flyer is a complete floor plan of M. McDonald's, the floor plan layout. You can see um, that the side entrance door, you can see where that is. You can see where the front entrance, but you can see on the schematics that if you guys make it up to the equivalent of a second level, that there is a grate in the attic that's used for ventilation, that you could actually get into the attic and drop down into the storage area. So it seems to be like the front area where you have the dining area, the tavern. There's a kitchen area and there's a storage area, like for food and stuff. And there's actually a way to get in there from the attic that you could access from the outside. You can see the whole floor plan there.
Okay, well, I'll show that to everybody and I go, well, I think we have a thumbs up for breaking in.
Boom.
All right. We have an entire floor plan. Okay. It seems like your god has spoken.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't trust gods. I still feel like it's a bad idea. But all right.
Okay, so right now it's probably what, 2:30 ish.
Mm-hmm.
It's the dentist time
Yeah.
because it's 2:30. Okay, well, I'll stop making jokes.
So based on y'all's previous
Thank you.
hanging around, you would know that you guys would know that if probably around 3 o'clock in the morning would be where the streets are kind of cleared. Interestingly enough, that's the same time that y'all were awoken the night before. But y'all know from being around there that that's about when. So I guess I'd say like this: if you were going to do something like that strategically, 3 o'clock in the morning would be when there's the least amount of people out and about.
All right. Well, we don't have to do the if we're going to do this, we can do it at 3. So that leaves the what do we want to do for the entire day before 3 p.m. Because that gives us what 12 hours from now.
Hmm.
Um, do we want to get eyes on M. McDonald to I don't know try and make sure he doesn't come? Oh well, it's gonna be
You,
3 in the morning.
if you
It's
guys
not
were going to go
too
to the
bad.
lake or whatever, there's no reason your characters would think there's not plenty of time to go to the lake. Like I mean, it's not that far away. You could go to the lake, check it out, be back. At most, it'd be 3 hours at most, and that's being real generous with giving a lot of time.
Do we? Well, I think Conan made a good point about if we show our hand now, he may destroy whatever evidence there is. But then again, he could be destroying evidence at the lake as we speak, if he's in fact there. Um, we have enough time. There's what 12 hours, and it takes 3 hours to get to the lake. I say we go to the
No,
lake, see if he's there.
yeah, it's not 3 hours. I mean, if
We can go there and come
if y'all
back
were
in
to
three
go
hours.
there and hang out at the lake and then come back, 2 3 hours is about what would pass.
Let's see what he's doing at the lake. Let's watch him from afar. See what he's doing. See how he's acting. Let's not go in and harass him, but let's go see what he's doing. Pick up, see what we can pick up from him, and then maybe follow him home again from a distance. And then once we know he's home, then we can plan to go into a McDonald's and see if there's any evidence there.
Okay,
Your
I'm gonna stay
characters,
back
yeah.
because I am not stealthy at all. I am wearing plate mail and I
Huh.
have disadvantage on all stealth rolls, so not a good idea for me to come on a stealth mission unless I come in like street clothes and leave my armor behind, and then my AC drops insanely. So
Um, well, I think there's use for you. Maybe not inside, but if we need to make some sort of speedy retreat, if we find danger inside, it would be good to have you outside for backup and heals on the way out. So
yeah,
maybe
like I'll
don't
stay.
enter.
I could stay around the back of our place because I would be able to see to the corner. I think,
Okay,
looking at the map, if I stay like down the street a bit near our place, then I can sort of see what's going on with the entrance.
that makes a lot of sense. Let's do that.
Okay.
So is that what you guys are doing?
I think so. Yeah,
Okay. Okay. So you guys, you said you're going to the lake. I
yeah, we're
just,
going to the lake.
okay.
We're
So
trying to do so stealthily. We don't want
Well, maybe.
Emmett to know we're following him.
yeah. So you
Wait,
guys
it's a lake.
you guys make it to the lake. You can see that there's lots, several people around having what would be like picnics and things like that. Various families. There's actually several people out in the lake fishing. You without doing a perception check, you can see that practically in the middle of the lake appears to be. Uh, Again, I know we're kind of poking a little bit at McDonald's, but you know a McDonald's uniform. Y'all knew that what she was wearing looked similar to the thing that M. McDonald was wearing. So you can see what looks to be uh, two individuals in a boat in the middle. Both appear to be wearing uh, like you're not able to tell if one of those Emic, but both of them seem to be having similar uniforms on that you would recognize as the uniform uh, the Emic had, as well as um, the um, Danica. That was the name of the Danica was the name of the girl at the there. You don't know if it's Emic or not. It's too far away. You can't tell. It's definitely two people and not one though in the boat.
So it's Emic and somebody else, or we're not sure if it's Emic.
Yeah, you can actually see though that they've set it up to where they have three fishing poles on one side and three fishing poles on the other side of the boat. So there's actually six. There, it's two people. You
With
just don't know.
six
You just
fishing.
six fishing poles are coming out. You can see that. You can see it's two people, but it's too far for you to like look and
Okay.
identify. But I mean, you recognize the uniform because they're wearing the same kind of uniform. You just don't know if it's Emic or not.
Hmm.
If it is Emic, somebody else is with him.
And it's broad day. Well, we know he's here. Um. All right. Well, let's.
So
It seems
you,
like it's a stakeout. I think is what we're
yeah,
doing.
it's not
Unless
so much
anyone
it's
doesn't
not
want
so
to do that.
much that you guys are sneaking as much as no one's really noticing you. You're
We're
just
kind of blending in.
yeah, nothing stands out special about you guys.
All right. Well, let's watch the boat, and Emic and maybe Emic and Emic's friend or employee, and make sure they go home before we enter into Emic's. Well, anyway, I'll stay here. If the rest of you want to go off and do something else, I'm going to stay here and follow these guys and make sure they go home. Actually, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. You guys, whoever wants to stay here and join me can. Whoever doesn't can, I guess, do something else. Uh, if they have another idea to help with our investigation.
So I'm gonna draw a little example of this lake here. It's a very big lake, by the way. So here's the lake. I'm gonna say that you guys are. Are you able to see this on roll 20?
Yeah, I can see the blue pond-ish lake thing.
Yeah.
And and that boat is is about. And this is not a Xanathar's thing. This is supposed to be. That's supposed to be fishing poles. That's why. That's about what you guys got right now. And there's people all over.
What's on the other side of the lake?
Uh, uh, the the outer side of the lake is very grassy and clear. Like it's not woodsy or anything. It's
Oh,
almost like a
okay.
big, almost like a park. And
Okay.
the entrance to the city, um, or not entrance to the city, but uh, there's a way back to the city this way. There's a way back to the city this way, and you guys came in from this entrance over here.
You guys
Okay.
hear me?
Come again?
You guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
I
you.
Can
can hear
now.
you.
Okay. That's weird.
Yeah.
Microphone didn't seem to be like it was picking up anything, but okay.
Okay. So I'm chilling. I'm waiting. I'm whatever it is in this world is like regular people thing to do. Like I'm reading a newspaper or like
Yeah, there's
that's what I'm doing. Blending in.
yeah, there's just people all over hanging out.
Well, fireball. Okay, no.
I'll say that I'll say there's a guard stationed at each entrance. Maybe a couple of guards there with their family, kind of around. So you
Okay.
notice you notice there. It looks like there's a guard on official duty at each kind of entrance, and then you can see scattered about. Looks maybe they're off duty, but they do appear to have their uniforms on, kind of there like with family members.
Okay.
Hmm.
Eyes on on the boat on the McDonald boat. A
And
McDonald boat.
there's a couple of people swimming.
Oh, because I couldn't hear anything. What
Uh-huh.
just happened in
So
the
they
past
went. The
10 minutes?
party went down into Xanathar's lair, and there's a beholder right there in the center, and they were about to attack it, and it just did a insta kill on Ardal, and Celine is unconscious, and it's your turn.
So we're planning on later going into Emmett McDonald's, but since we have so much time to kill, right now we're outside the lake. We're doing a whatchamacallit. What do they do in those
Like a
cop movies?
stakeout.
Stakeout?
A
Yeah.
stakeout. We're doing a stakeout to make sure that Emmett goes home and he's not at McDonald's
but but you
when
guys are like
we
trying to
go in later
hide,
tonight.
but no one like notices you because you're just out in a big grassy field, and y'all are like squinting down behind some daisies or something, and it's
Yeah,
like
well,
like on the ground doing
if
a
that's what's
military
happening,
crawl.
I'm not doing all that. I'm just blending in. I'm seeming like a regular person at the park at the lake. So yeah, that's what we're doing right
Minor
now.
illusion of small bush then.
And then so the description was is out on the lake we can see a boat. We can't make out the people specifically, but there are two people there with M McDonald uniforms, and there's six pole like fishing rods out on their boat.
Yeah, the uniforms is what drew your attention, and you can see that
Yes.
there. It's only two people in the boat, and they appeared like other people maybe have like one pole. This looks a little bit more like they're kind of fishing for commercial purposes, is what it kind of looks like.
Yeah, because there's only two people and six rods.
Yeah,
I would like to make my way inconspicuously to the side of the lake where they're closest to and get a better look at the people. I want to make sure Emmett is one of the two people on the boat.
yeah. So even so even from let me move your little token. I'll just say the tokens over there. Um, but even from here, it's pretty like even if you go right to you, if you want to like get a look at them outside of having some kind of binocular system, you're going to need to get in the water and go over to them. You're going to need to get I'll say that, let me do this for mechanics. um, to get a good look physically at them, you're going to need to be, I'll say, like within, we'll say like a equivalent of a square. You need to get a little bit closer to them to really get a good enough look to like identify them.
All right. Are there boat rentals? Is
That's
there
a good
anyone
question.
renting out boats?
Give me a D20.
Sure. I remade the character sheet. So what kind of role would this be? It's just a straight 20, or is this an
It's just
investigation?
a decision maker 20, so it's just clean 20.
17.
Okay, yeah. So it's not like a, let me draw here. Oh shoot. Yeah. So they're like single, there's three of them there right now, and these are single person little canoes. And it actually um there's a little girl that appears to be about maybe 10 to 12 years old standing where they're tied off at. And she's like, it's tied, all three are sort of tied up to a pole. There's a little girl standing there.
Okay. I walk up to the little girl and I ask, "How much to rent a canoe?"
And she looks at you and goes, "Ah, good sir, how much do you got?"
Enough to rent a canoe. How much is that?
And she goes, looking at you, I would say 20 gold pieces for half a day.
I say, "How about two gold pieces?"
And she looks at you. Let's let's do this. Give me a. So you got your character sheet now, right?
Yeah, I remade it.
I'll say we're persuading each other. So give me a contested persuasion roll.
How old is this little girl?
About 10 to 12. Okay.
Gotta go.
All right. She rolled.
Eight.
What?
Not a value of
You
money.
got an 8.
8.
Okay. All right. She got a 10. So where are y'all at right now? You said 2 and she said 20, right?
Yeah.
She goes. She looks at you and says, 18.
3.
So let's say mechanically you have to come up at
Uh,
least a 4 because you didn't win that one
4.
against her.
4 copper
uh,
pieces.
Well, who
Then
is Elliot? Are you doing it or Conan? Are you? Who's offering the money to her?
I was wondering every the conversation, but I don't
Yeah.
know if,
So
if
go. Okay.
Conan
So
is
if
entering.
you wanna, I mean, you don't have to do that at 4, but I'll say that has to be your minimum because she beat you on the roll. You want to offer or something?
I said, I like your entrepreneurial spirit, and I take out 5 gold coins, and I lay them above her hand to wait to see if she's going to receive them and accept them.
So do a perception. I mean, I'm sorry, not perception. That's like how much. Like I'm like perception everything. Red Dragon
Uh,
perception save. Do a persuasion with advantage on your side.
lay on that charm. Lay on that samurai charm.
Yeah,
13.
dude, dude, no lie, I didn't even touch it. I don't know if you could see. Uh, it's a. I can't get the sticky camera over there.
Is that the white one or the black one?
The white one.
20.
Yeah, she rolled a nat 20, man. So so you put it on her. You put that on her hand, and she does this almost like a little magic trick where she sort of flicks her hand around and she like this, and the coins are gone, and she holds it out and she says 15, or she says 10 more, please.
7, but that's the highest we're going. And if we don't, and if you don't go with that, we will take our gold back.
Like the like the goal that you had is so as you're hang on one second, let me get here real quick. Okay, so now you put 5 in her hand. She made it disappear, and she's saying 15, and she's acknowledging that would be 10 more gold. So you want to contest her, or do y'all don't want to pay more than that? What'd you say, 7?
Yeah, I said 7, and now I'm up there and I'm doing the haggling.
So if you guys both, you can do an assisted. Whoever wants to do the persuasion.
What's your charisma?
Mine's
Uh,
nothing. I'm saying
No, Conan.
yeah. I'm just a commoner.
well, I mean, my charisma is a +2. My persuasion.
Okay. Mike, I have 0 on this, so I'll
I didn't know she was
Everybody,
gonna roll.
having you do the haggling then. I'm way more handsome than you are. I'm at least 2 points more handsome than you are.
So whoever
been the
rolls
one
it
doing
can do
this.
it at advantage because you guys.
Wait,
All right.
that's what
Go
I'm
for it.
doing.
But is that all right? You're rolling it.
Yeah, Conan's rolling it.
That is a +2. That's a 19.
Okay, and that time she rolled a 13. So she says, and she kind of winks at you because I guess you appear about her age, right?
Yeah, I'm about 2 years younger than her technically, but still.
Oh, okay. And if that's the case, she goes, well, for you, sweetie, 2 more and we're good.
She's 10. She wouldn't say sweetie. We're still in the same age range.
I don't know, man. My kid, anybody 1 year younger than her is a baby to her. So I'm just saying. Anyways, so she agrees to that. 2 more and you got a deal.
That's you. That's
I-
all.
I
That's all
put-
you.
I put 2 more coins in her hand.
Yeah, so she actually hands one of the ropes to you, Elliot, and she gives a rope to Conan. So there's like, the boat's only big enough for one person, so she gives one to you and one to Conan.
One medium person and one small baby child-sized
What-
person.
What is the role for like piloting a canoe?
Yeah, y'all are. You're good. These are. I mean, unless you don't have arms, you can do it.
They're
Yeah.
like the
I mean, you
equivalent of
don't. I'm
paddle
not gonna make
boats.
y'all roll for the canoe. I mean, these are
Okay.
like you would see. I don't know. I'm from Florida, so they see this all the time. They don't even have instructions. They put you in the canoe. They hand you a paddle. And they're like, "Be back in 3 hours." They don't. There's nothing
Okay.
really to. It's, yeah, I'm not. It's not
All right.
a. It's not
All
anything that
right.
would require any kind of significant knowledge.
Okay. I turn to the group, or I'm basically asking the group. Uh, well, no, like I guess not in game because you wouldn't ask this in game.
Yeah.
Does anyone's perception check beat a +4?
Um, nope. Unfortunately, I only got a +3.
What about you, Celine?
Yeah, well, mine's a +5.
So, would you like to get in this canoe and perceive and see if old M. McDonald is the one in the boat?
Old
Nope.
McDonald had a farm.
No, thank you. I don't like going on.
What if
I'll
I
leave
hold
Wait,
on?
that up to you
well,
guys. I
wait.
have this,
Hey,
and I
Does
just
your
pat
gun?
my I pat my musket with like the scope. I'm like, I could look through this, but I ain't getting on that boat.
Ask.
um,
It's like, wait. Does his? If do you have a scope? Can you see from here?
The whole time Celine has a telescope.
Uh,
Well, I'm not gonna break out my rifle in the middle of a crowded place and start
Oh
aiming it at
yeah,
places.
yeah. That would. Yeah, I will say. Yeah,
okay.
your character would feel
It's like
like the
per-
guards would
it's
be. Yeah, the guards
it's
would be on top of you if you did that. Yeah,
it's
that's.
permanently affixed to your rifle. You can't like detach it and take a look. That's not how it works.
No,
because
it's
it's
one
soldered on.
piece.
If you
Okay.
Yeah.
in
If
this
that's the case, then
environment,
I get in the boat.
in this
I get the boat.
environment, if you guys pulled out your weapons, it would. This is not like the
Okay.
environment to pull weapons
Yeah,
out.
that's why I asked if he could detach the scope from the rifle and look, but he said he couldn't. I hop in
Yeah.
the canoe and I
Yes.
start paddling.
Yeah, you're able to do that.
Wait, before you do, how far out are you planning to go?
Within 1 square of the boat because that's what he said I would need.
How
Yeah.
large are these squares?
The light blue square.
How large is this light blue square? What's the size, like feet?
I don't know. Ask the DM. DM.
Like, I'll say the boat is covering. I'll say it's covering an area of the whole thing. I'll say 15 by 15.
How far in feet will you be, Elliot?
Is it 60 feet away? Is it 50 feet away? Is it 100 feet away?
Okay, well let's see. We can do this. We can say, okay, so if the square, I mean, again, I didn't really necessarily do it. What? Tell me what you're wanting to do, and then I can adjust it from there. It's far because I didn't necessarily do anything like specifically to scale. Standing on the edge,
Right.
you can't see it. So I would say that it's at least, this is a very large lake. So I would say from this edge here, it's at least like from where it's in from there, I would say it'd be at least like half a football field away. From this side where you guys are at over here right now, then I would say it's like a good 2 football fields away. So what it was at 200 yards, 200 yards
Okay.
from here,
Conan, what is
50
there a
yards
spell
from
you
here.
wanted to cast on me to give me better perception checks or something?
Not that specifically, but to keep you at least safe, I was thinking of like minor illusioning a fake beard
You,
that you could
I,
wear.
your characters.
That
Sure, go for it.
I'll say this.
that only reaches out to 30
Okay.
feet. Will
But
disappear.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
mechanically, though, I'm just saying mechanically, your characters are aware that there are guards stationed at each entrance, as well as guards that are in uniform all around the lake. Your
Yeah,
characters would not feel like. I mean, something may go down, but like Elliot keeps pointing out, this is water deep. If something goes down, everybody's going to jail. I will say that your character would
right.
not feel unsafe here. Outside of somebody, I mean, there's
Yeah, it's not a matter
Not
of safety.
you would
not
have a
safety.
bunch of
Him
guards.
being recognized in case McDonald sees him. It'd be better for him to be in some sort of disguise that
Even
his
if
face.
Xanathar itself was here, Xanathar wouldn't pull something here. This is a family
It's
atmosphere
not. It's
with
not
guards
about pulling
everywhere.
something.
Yeah.
it's not about pulling something. It's about disguising him so that if he is seen, he won't be recognized. Because
And so the minor illusion only so you can only cast it on something that's 30 feet away. Because can you cast it on me and
Yeah.
then it will persist as I leave?
Yeah, doesn't it stay with you? What's the spell
to
called?
create an image, objects such as a chair, money for parents, for small tree, must version 1.5. The image can't create sounds with physical
What's the name of the
interactions. The image
spell?
reveals that the illusion is that he's passed away. It's the greater or improved minor illusion, which is just regular minor illusion, just stronger for whatever reason. As it says here, range slash area 30 feet slash 5 feet. So
You could just get in the boat with him and stay 30 feet behind him then.
Well, no, no, no.
It's the one
It the
person.
range is 30 feet, so you have to cast it on something within 30 feet of you, and you can't make anything bigger than 5 feet. So you could cast it on him, and the illusion will go wherever he goes. It just will run out at whatever time the spell ends.
What's the duration of the spell?
only 1 minute. However, yeah.
Oh.
Only 1 minute.
Yeah, it is going to take you longer than a minute to get to him.
The only other, the only
Do
other
you
thing that
want
I
to
have
get
to
in
help.
the canoe and cast it on yourself, and then?
Well, no, the only other spell that I have that's super helpful is Disguise Self, but that specifically says it's me that it.
Do you want to go make this perception roll in the boat?
Sure, I guess I'll disguise myself to look like an old halfling lady. If that's what it takes.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay. So I'll get in the boat. I will very discreetly cast Disguise Self to make myself look like an old halfling lady, so I don't have to change my size. But I just look like an old halfling lady now.
Nice.
Yeah, so are you going out within range where you could verify the identity?
Yes, I will go that as far as needed to verify the identity without getting too close.
Yeah, so you're actually not getting too close to them. But as you look in the boat, you can see that it's two, maybe in their uh, early 20s, two male humans. You know that neither of which is Emic, and as you're kind of approaching, they're like they're kind of pushing you on, like, "Hey, this is our area. Fish somewhere else." They call out to you.
My best old lady impression. I'll be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, dearie. I'll just be on my way. It's just that today is the anniversary of my late husband, and we used to come out on this lake when in my younger days."
and they're, and they're like looking at you like shh, like they're trying to quiet you down. They're trying to fish.
I'll down my voice a little bit, like, "I'm sorry, dearie," and then I will. So that's all. So neither of those people are Emmett.
No, you can tell they're
Okay.
definitely wearing the uniforms. So I'm gonna say your boat is roughly about like here. Oh shoot, it's not drawing.
I will then.
So you're about here. You're about here where you're able to
I
see them
will.
clearly.
Okay, I will paddle that I am going around them as if I'm just like lazily about on the lake, and I will say, "You young men have a good day now,"
They're like
and then
shh. They keep shushing you.
and then let's see. This lasts for an hour, so I've got time to quote unquote kill. So I will take as much time as needed to keep from looking like I'm being suspicious by paddling around this boat, this lake for a little bit in this boat, then
Yeah.
eventually go back to shore, all within an hour before my disguise drops.
Yeah, you're able to do that, and as you're traveling around, you're seeing other boats. Maybe more like with one fishing pole. Just various people, and and then you're able to make it back to the shore area.
To ham up though, I'm an old lady halfling until I get out of sight from whatever, and whenever I get to back to the party, then I'll drop to the disguise self I'll be like, well, we got ourselves a small problem slash a good problem. It really depends on what you think a problem is.
What? Spit it out. What is it?
Neither of the employees on there were actually Emic at all, which means he's not here, which means we are wasting time that we could have used, I don't know, into a restaurant. Or maybe his house,
So
anywhere else.
so right now it's getting.
Alright.
You said that was an hour. How long your thing was lasting? Like till you got back? Then
It's doing it within an hour, so it was probably more like it was more like closer to like 40 to 45 minutes of me out on the
what
lake.
time? Let's see. I'm thinking y'all got there. What about 3:30?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just for the sake of math. Let's say that event, however it transpired, we're now about 4:30, and you guys can see that the poles are now drawn within the boat, and they are kind of rowing off. They're they're making their way to let's delete this here. They're making their way
Downtown.
to this side. So they're sort of they pull
Oh,
their poles in, and they're
they're
making their way.
they now on the opposite side of the lake then?
Yeah, it looks like they're just headed to shore. You can see that from where you are. I mean, you can see they're making their way off. And you guys had saw other boats kind of, some join, some leave, but now they are making their way toward the edge over here.
We need
I
to get out
say
of here.
we make our way back to Troll Skull Alley and get eyes on a McDonald's.
Works for me.
Sound good, Celine?
Yeah, let's do it.
I don't know
Sound
what
good?
happened to Ardle, but
Yeah.
Let's go.
At least there, I can use my scope.
Oh, I heard her.
Yep. I'm all good. Let's head back.
Okay. So we make our way back.
are you currently on camera or is your camera just frozen?
Who me?
Well,
No, I
let's
turned my
see.
camera off. I turned my camera off for a second.
Oh, because we just
Or
see your
just-
couch.
Yeah, we just see an
Yeah.
empty couch. It's a very nice couch, but
Oh.
Looks comfy. Alright. Cool. So we make our way back. Or we at least we start to. That's what we're doing.
Yeah,
Walking back.
so if you guys are heading back kind of the way you came, so on the way back, you guys can see that on most of the doors there appears to be there's like a notice paper on each of the doors all around on the some of the light posts. There's notices. You can see these kind of everywhere. You're just starting to notice them as you guys are heading back.
What's on the notice boards?
So if you walk over, you can clearly see it. It's a thing that says warning. It says stay away from Troll School Pizza Emporium and Pub. It's a rat infested. It's rat infested.
slander.
And it's
Heresy.
yeah, it looks to be that these are sort of hand drawn
Uh,
and they're like everywhere.
Well, this is not legal. At least I don't think it's legal.
Let's see here. Let me see how many.
Just
Actually,
start ripping them off.
Yeah, do this, Elliot. Can you everybody roll a straight d20? Ardal and Dennis. Yeah, everybody roll a straight d20. And what did you get, Elliot?
3.
Okay, and Conan.
A 17.
All right, and Celine.
5.
Okay, and Ardal
17.
and Dennis.
Half of us are really good. Half of
You
us
got
are
a
just-
7.
Okay,
I think he's gonna add them all up, and that's how many they're gonna be.
Joe knows me.
That's why I was hoping for people to be rolling low.
I know. Joe's like, stop. Like, nah,
I know.
20.
It's
And
like,
Joe's like, no. What did he get? A
yeah.
7? Dennis?
Yep,
Dennis
7.
got a 7.
Okay. Okay. So on the way back, you guys notice y'all can notice on the door. Y'all currently you guys have seen about 12 of these. Um and there's an undisclosed number. So I don't know if you want to
I
try.
will.
If you want to try to take them down, there's an
I-
undisclosed
yes,
number.
I
But
will
I'll
be
say
ripping
this:
off.
out of character, Joe's pretty. He knows me.
That's what I
I'm
would have
going to be
done. So
ripping
Yeah.
down,
Okay.
probably ripping down
Yeah.
every
So
single one that I see.
if you take down what you see,
Yeah.
you guys would have removed 12. If you take down everything you see all the way back to your restaurant, you would have removed 20
yeah, that's what I'm gonna
All
do.
right.
that y'all would have come across.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Do like a perception check to find more on the way instead of just 20.
Also,
Yeah.
as I find them and I'm taking them down, I'm folding them and putting them away in a bag. I'm not like trashing them.
So if you want to do more of a observance, then you can do 3 perception check rolls. So whoever is going to be looking more like ducking down alleys and things like that, give me 3 rolls.
Are
It's a
are we
6.
all making perceptions?
It's
Or are
up
we
any
all?
any
Are
of
we?
any of your character that wants to that you would deviate down some side streets and look
Oh,
around
okay.
on the way back. Um, you can do 3. Give me 3 perception check numbers. All right, what'd you get, Conan?
6, 8, and 13.
Okay, you only did 2.
I'm.
It's,
Rolled all 3.
And you said you got 8, 13, and what else?
A 6, an 8, and a 13.
Oh, okay. All right.
So maybe I found like 2 more.
Okay, and then
Uh,
yeah, and that you're right, Conan.
uh,
You found 2 more. Elliot, did you look as well?
yeah. A 6, a 17, and a 22.
Yeah, Elliot, you found 4.
Celine's
Okay.
not really going out of her way. She's just pulling
Yeah, just
stuff
going
as she
back.
sees.
Is that
Okay,
a Twilight poster behind you? I can't tell.
and Ardal.
Behind who?
Behind you, Celine. I can't tell.
No, I wouldn't be. I would just
On
be
my
looking
wall?
for the ones on the
What-
street.
Yeah.
It's
What
a picture
about-
of my wife and I, and like a kind of a fantasy thing.
Okay, it's just that it's like so dark. It looks like a poster or something.
No, we specifically set it up that way.
Okay.
To look like I was like a I don't know. Yeah, it's supposed to be like kind of fantasy vampire-ish type stuff.
Okay. Sorry about that. I just
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. So what about now, Dennis? Is he a lawful good paladin?
Yeah.
So
Gotta keep-
does he? So with that, I mean, his character most likely would feel that this is a great injustice. These signs. I don't know if his character would I don't know if he would look
Oh,
or not.
if you. Yeah, was he rolling to take down posters?
I'm not sure. Let me go check.
It would do 3 perception checks.
Robbie, type in chat if you're gonna roll.
Yeah, you can just tell me later what he had.
Okay.
Okay, so then, as far as you guys know, y'all got, you feel like you got a lot of. Actually, I can give you. Let's see. You guys, you don't know what the paladin got, but so far you picked up 36 of them. And you make it back to the tavern. And those of you that did not look would have made it back to the tavern at 5:30. Those of you that did look, you made it back an hour later at 6:30.
You gotta
Oh,
figure.
okay.
Maybe somebody saw whoever put these up. This definitely doesn't look like the health inspector did this. That I'm pretty sure the health inspector can't legally do this.
Right. I think you're right.
Yeah, it definitely
I
wasn't
don't
the
think
health
anyone
inspector.
can legally do this.
Oh no,
Uh,
no, yeah, this does not look like an official document. It looks like somebody, kind of like you'd see like a lost dog thing that somebody made. It's like that. It looks like it's made. It doesn't look like it was. It's not official. It's not an official document at all.
this is a hate crime. This doesn't count as a hate crime. Well, I hated it.
Well, let's see. Let's start deducing, seeing as how some of us are detectives. This many posters, the very same day as, because it's later on in the same day as the kerfuffle at the pizzeria. So how does someone make
Mm-hmm.
this many posters the same day of the incident unless these were made beforehand?
Yeah, I definitely feel like we got a good case.
So
Oh.
let's
And
see, because
I've got an idea, but I'm gonna have to go out and do. Not illegal. I think. I mean, we're not the only ones who live in this entire place. Or somebody must have seen someone put something up somewhere, right?
that's a
Oh,
very good, yeah. Unless they
is
did
there
it.
a way? Sorry, what?
Oh no, go ahead.
Right. What I was going to ask is it possible for me to like go out and neighborhood kids who've been playing around, if they've seen anyone putting up these really nifty posters with the cool drawings on them? I don't know how to read, and I'm sure neither do you, so you don't have to worry. You don't have to question me.
Yeah, so if you guys want to go question some of the kids around that are playing, it's actually 6:30, so there wouldn't really be like a lot of kids around, but I mean they're homeless and things like that. Just tell me what type of person you want to. It wouldn't necessarily be a kid, but there are. I mean, it's Waterdeep City, so there's people around, and there's people that obviously have been there. If that's what
It's
you want.
that it's just that I fear if we ask an adult, they're gonna they might be on who's ever paywall, or to try to
Ah,
save face, they'll just say they didn't see. Kids are a lot more.
I
I want to say naive because that is rude, kids, but kids are a lot more truthful when they know they're not the ones in trouble. They like to feel like they're in the know. So if we go to a kid and we're like, "Hey, you know anything about this? It's pretty cool." They'll be like, "Oh yeah, I know about this," or "I don't know about that, but I'll keep an eye open," or something. It's like being accepted. Right, rant over. But also, I just think if we find a kid, they're probably going to tell us the truth more than an adult would.
So as you guys are talking this over back at the manor, I'm guessing you guys all went back there. Now it's
Yep.
about 7 o'clock.
On my way back, I wanted to use my background feature, which is Watcher's Eye.
Hmm.
Your experience with enforcement in the law and dealing with lawbreakers gives you a feel for local laws and criminals. You can easily find the local outposts of the Watch and similar organizations and just as easily pick up on the dens of criminal activity in the community, although you're more likely to be welcome in the former location than the latter. Um, could I use this to ask around and figure out, like, if I see any seedy individuals, the type of person you might pay to put up posters like this? Whether it be like that basically that's what I'm looking for. Like anyone in the area where these posters were put up
Hmm.
that looks like they would do a random errand for a few copper.
Yeah.
An
So
urchin or something.
um, yeah. So if you use that to ask around, you can ask directly to the city watch.
Okay.
I mean, is that who you're? I'm asking you about the feature.
What it says, I know where the criminals are, and I also know where the city watch are. So, whatever, what Elliot, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out
There's a lot of
because I don't
criminals in
think
Waterdeep.
right, but specifically in the area where we found the areas where we on our way back where we found the posters. So, like the nearest sort of seedy criminal place, or like just poor people who just need the work type of a thing. So that's what I'm looking for. Anyone who, okay, I'm looking for anyone who looks like they might be a beggar who was maybe on the street and saw this happen. That's specifically who I'm looking for. Someone who doesn't have a home, who's probably laying out on the street or in an alley and maybe saw these things being put up.
Don't you have an informant or a guy? Don't you know a guy? You know that kind of guy you go to for all the rumor mills about what might be going on.
That
You are
would
a pro
be
guy.
Maybe if the DM wants to invent one right now. I know
So
Celine specifically has one in her backstory, but I don't. I have
well.
ties to
My
her.
so you got.
background,
Oh, go ahead.
Celine's background is that I have people like everywhere. You know, like I know people around town that have like this the are in the know. I don't think this is one of those things though that would where my people would be in
This
the
is
know about.
this is equivalent of like this would be the equivalent of like in any of your towns in your life that you guys have right now. If a bunch of kids go and tag a wall, that's not necessarily like what Celine's saying there. That's not necessarily that type of connection that they have to know every single
Yeah,
kid that goes and sticks up posters against them. I mean, like like he's right to Celine's right to assess that it's not like
yeah,
this kind of thing isn't this is I mean it's a bad review on Yelp.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's not what they
Oh,
his
Yelp. That's the message board that the
but no, I mean
hyena
if you want
people make.
to question around to some of your contacts of who might do this. um
But I would like to question if there are, again, specifically poor people. If there was anyone who looks like they live on the street near where one of these posters was, I want to ask that person or
yeah,
search for them.
yeah, so if you come across whatever this person is that you might feel like you would ask, um, and you describe what happened. He let me see if I can say this right. Bregan Dorothy Bregan. Hang on, let me get the name. It's gonna be Bregan Dethair right now, and I may be saying it wrong. But so basically, he just said, as you describe it to him, he says, it sounds like it might be. This is what he says to you. Um, he says, it sounds like it might be one of the Bregan Dethair kids, like some mischief like they would do. He's like, it's easy to spot them because they always have a little feather in whatever hat they have. So apparently, there's like a bunch of little wannabe gang kids that do uh, mischievous stuff that wouldn't necessarily. It's not like how Waterdeep's so strict on everything. You're
Yeah,
gonna get in trouble for sticking a poster up, but it's not gonna be trouble like you know like a
gotcha.
slap on the wrist kind of thing. That. So apparently he says there's a couple little troublemaker kids that kind of pretend like they're in this big group, and they tend to stick a feather in their hat and pretend like they call themselves the Bregan Dethair kids.
You can go
That's what they
talk to
call
them.
themselves.
How old are
What's
these
the age
kids?
range?
Kids,
Yeah.
little kids, little
Yeah, I'll go talk to them.
probably like 10 to 16, something like that. They're definitely young kids,
Elliot, I can go talk to them for you if you want.
mischievous teenagers.
Okay.
That's what he's
Um,
telling you. Now um,
and
you're
this guy is a homeless dude, right?
yeah. Now let me explain to you what he's. Yes, you're the person you found is a homeless person. I'm not making you roll for this. You're
Uh
describing
huh.
what happened. He's telling you that sounds like something that these kids would do. He does not, even without a roll. You don't. Again, it's kind of like the situation I
He
said
didn't
before.
witness it.
Yeah, he doesn't know. You're just saying what? Okay, let's put it in our
Okay.
world. If I went to visit you, uh, you know, in your town, Sam, and we
Uh
drove by
huh.
and there was and somebody drew a you know,
Yeah,
a,
yeah. No,
a
I get
a
you.
symbol, you would say who did that, and I say, well, it looks like maybe one of the local gangs, or whatever. Like I don't know.
Uh,
I'm just saying this looks like it doesn't look like hardcore activity. It looks like something a bunch of kids did trying
It
to.
looks like it just looks like they're drawing an 8, an equal sign, and then a D, an uppercase D.
Yeah, so
All right.
it looks like kids that kind of do mischievous things, like kids
So
that troll the neighborhood.
so you did okay.
Trolls of Troll
Thank
Skull Alley.
what
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
this hey stranger, what thank you for the information. What's your name?
Oh my gosh. Hang on.
Oh man, McGucket.
He's gonna die tonight of a heart attack. By the way, let's see.
First name old, middle name man, last name McGucket. Old
I need
man
to
McGucket.
I need to get one of those like lists here. Hang on one second. We'll give him a name.
And if you want to go 50 cuffs with
What
me and you lose, you can old
my
man
normal rule
McGucket.
is if you invent them, you name them. Let's see here. Hang on.
Let's call him
His
Ben.
name is his name is uh yeah his name is Michan.
Michan.
Yeah, and he has like a real thin mustache that actually looks pretty groomed for a homeless guy.
I like it.
But his
I like it a lot.
clothes are really torn up.
All
Name
right.
is
Thank you,
Michan.
Michan. And I pull out 3 gold
Stop
and I put
giving
it in
your
his
money away.
I put it in his hand and I say, in future I might need help with information and things like this.
And he
Thank
like
you for your
yeah, and he sparks up. He's like 3 gold. He's like maybe I can get a beholder. I'm on my way to McDonald's right now. And he pops up and runs off with the gold.
all right.
He's hoping to get a beholder.
Um. Oh, wait,
Stop giving our gold away so
before he leaves, I also give him a card. If you see anything else like
Did
this,
you have
please
those
let me
cards
know.
made? Because where you
Yeah,
left
I have.
it, you did do that. Okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
knew you
yeah,
were
yeah.
going to. Okay, yeah. Okay.
So I gave him one of my cards.
Thanks. And he uh,
what
puts it.
was your alignment again?
He's running. He's running as
Lawful
fast as
good.
he can to McDonald's to get him a
There's
sunshine
nothing. There's
meal.
nothing against lawful good that says I can't give poor people money for information.
Money, but not 3 gold's worth of money. You'd be lucky if like a beggar person gets
It
one
actually
gold
makes sense
maybe
for a
in their entire
lawful. It
lifetime.
makes sense for a
Yeah.
lawful good to toss extra to a needy person.
Yeah, extra like I don't know, 5 silver instead of
As-
1, but not 3
I'm
If
like
gold.
you
that. Hey,
if
I'm
you
like
need a
that,
role
man.
if you need a role play reason why, it's because Elliot also used to be poor and live on the streets, and because he knows that homeless people see things, and so I'm trying to build a network of homeless people with eyes who see things happening on the streets where I can go to get information from in the future. So this is an investment. It's not just 3 gold I'm throwing away for no reason. This is an
Cool.
investment.
Now you
Cool.
did
And
all
next
this on
week
your way
when we
back,
have
right?
next week when we have 70 beggars coming to our door asking for 3 gold because they have information, I can tell you I told you so.
Did they?
Anyway,
So
I'll go talk to these kids.
so did you do that? And you well, that's what I was saying. With the time of day that it was, the kids are in home. Did you were you doing that on your way back, Elliot?
Yeah, that was all on the way back.
So then you would have made it to the now it's 7 o'clock and now you show up.
Okay.
So if you want to tell them all you saw from me, Chan, or
Yeah, I'll let them know everything I just learned. Hey guys, there's a chance that a McDonald or whoever's responsible for, which is probably a McDonald, but whoever's responsible may have hired a group of kids named the Began Dethar.
Bregan
To-
Dethar kids.
Began Dethar.
Yeah.
It's a wannabe gang of children between the ages of 10 and 16 years old who do mischievous things, and it seems like this is right up their alley.
It
Guess
sounds
that
like
means
something they would
I'm-
do.
That means I'm up. I will infiltrate their gang.
Oh,
What I
did
can learn.
did I ask? I meant to ask Michan the where the Bregan Dethar like to hang out before he left.
He's and yeah. So when you're talking, he says, because he just told you about the kids. He said, "Are you talking about the the actual Bregandithar or the kids.
Kids.
And so
I would like to know both.
he said Bregandithar can easily be found down in the Docks district. Um, he says, but the kids, it's not an official thing. They just it's so I'm trying to think. So basically, he would describe to you that these kids are. Maybe I'm just too old. Like I know stuff. Like okay, in gangs in our world, if you want to be in a gang, one of the things you can do is some of the smaller gangs will start tagging. They'll start tagging stuff around town, and then they get noticed. And so it's kind of like these kids are doing these little mischievous things. There's no reason to believe that they're operating under the direction of Brigandithar. They just tend to try to do things to get noticed by the Brigandithar. They're not. There's
Hmm.
no reason for you to believe that they are actually associated with them at all. They just um,
Oh,
like
so
that
there's another criminal
fanboy.
organization called the
It's
Bregandithar.
I'm not leading you down the right path if you think that this is a criminal organization. These are kids that um,
Wear feathers in their hats.
you know in high school sometimes there's kids that walk around and throw gang signs and they're not in a gang.
Right,
There's no way they
right,
would
right, right.
die. That's what this is like. These are like kids that
Posers.
yeah, there you go. Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. These are
So,
like posers who
okay. So, at first, I thought that the Bregandithar, these kids that go around calling themselves the Bregandithar, were the only Bregandithar, and that it's just a wannabe gang of
you're
kids. Are you telling me there's a wannabe gang of kids and a real gang also called the
yeah,
Bregandithar?
actually, your character knows about that. Your
Yeah.
character knows the Brigandithar is you know about them. They're a big organization.
Okay.
In town, you're aware of that, and you. But again, uh, there's no reason for you to walk away from that conversation, think that these
Thinking
kids
that these
are
kids are
working
real
for them,
Bregandithar.
or right? They're not.
Okay.
They wannabes, or like Conan said, which is good, like posers. They wear
So,
the red bandana, but they're not.
okay.
They're not in. They are not in.
So,
They're not associated.
here's one question that Elliot should know the answer to.
Yeah.
Do the real Brigandithar also wear feathers in their hats,
Yes,
or
they
is that
do.
just the kids?
No,
Oh, okay.
just the leader. The leader does.
Just the leader of the
Bregandithar
real Brigandithar
Bregandithar does
wears.
not, but the leader does.
So
Do we know who the leader is?
the leader in the real Brigandithar wears a feather in their cap, and all the kids, the wannabes, also wear
One
feathers in their
where
cap.
like yeah, that's like yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, so
got
you
you.
know that.
And I explain this in these differences and the intricacies
Yeah,
of the
okay.
underworld. I
All that.
explain this to the rest of
Yeah, yeah.
the characters.
Yeah.
Cool.
So they're
I
all
kind of figured that already. But all right. So you could split up. I go infiltrate the kids group. You go infiltrate the actual Brigandithar.
So again
I mean, I don't know if the
let me
Brigandithar
tell
have
that
anything with this. But
as you're thinking this through, keep in mind this is what y'all keep first, and I may be saying it wrong. Y'all keep going down the path that there is some kids gang that all is organized and all whatever. It's not that. These are like
yeah, I know.
yeah. So I mean, it's
There are
not
a group
like
of kids, so
so
I am
your
infiltrating
character
the
wouldn't
kids
feel
group.
like you can go infiltrate some kids organization. It's not like that. It's like they're at home with
I will
mom
go
right now.
befriend. I will go befriend the kids who like to think they're in their own little gang. See what I can dig up
You're,
from them.
yeah,
If
you're
I
out
am
looking
lucky,
for
maybe they'll want me to play again, and we'll be
yeah.
friends, and then we'll get even more information,
So
and then
you're
eventually we'll have an entire child.
right. So
Underground
you're
network
looking for
that
one of
we
these
have to know about.
kids. You're trying to find one of these kids with a that's wearing this feather. Is what you're
Yes.
Yeah.
all right. Okay. Um. Yeah. So okay. So do you leave the party and go out, or are you wanting them to
And
all go leave?
I have to. I mean, I have to get a sign off from Elliot. He's our leader right now. So,
Um,
you want me to go out now? Because from the sounds of it, they might be merchants. Meaning that they're probably out and about causing mischief in the dark, which is there to do. So,
yeah. I think you're right. So, let's see. So, party. We still have some time to kill before Emic, before we
It's
go
only
into Emic's
7 right
dome.
now. So it's
Also, we know that that wasn't the real Emic, so Emic is somewhere. I have no idea where Emic lives. If he's at home, or maybe he's held up in the back of a McDonald's somewhere in the back office. Who knows? Um, but I think it's worth trying to figure out if these kids, with the feathers in the hats, were paid. If they were, we can bring them before an official and make them tell the truth. That should be simple enough to intimidate a little kid into telling the truth.
Well, we're not doing that. We're not going to intimidate children or anything, and we're not. And if these kids are urchins, good luck trying to, get them to an official because they will run away and we'll never see them again. And if they are on the payroll of Emmett McDonald's, then they'll tell him, and we're going to be in much more trouble. So let's not get any officials involved until it comes to the time to actually arrest McDonald. I'm just telling you right now. If for one, these are kids. Two, they are probably urchins. Getting officials involved will scare them away and get more trouble than we.
Ardell is a what race is Ardell? You're a halfling. Am I remembering that
I'm
correctly?
indeed a halfling, yeah.
Could you disguise yourself to look like a child or a very young person?
Conan's like, hey, hey, right here.
Hello.
You might need backup unless you want to go in alone.
Going alone.
I got to just to give you guys this. There is no reason for your characters to believe that if you're going in search of these kids, that you are in any kind of possible danger of there being any real uh,
Right.
action.
But it's always better to have two insight
I'm just letting you know
checks.
your care. I mean, I'll put it on me. If there was a bunch of little kids walking around like at our mall, there's kids that hang out. I never have a fear. I'm just saying your characters
Yeah.
would not
Literally
feel.
no reason to be scared.
Yeah, there's
Also,
no reason.
I don't want to Steve Blue. What is it? Steve Shimmy this.
And I'm telling you guys that in the sense of that your
Thing is-
characters would know that. Your characters would not feel.
It's not a matter of danger, physical harm.
Yeah.
It two insight checks or investigation checks are better than one. So if we have two kids going in there to figure out what's what, maybe one of them makes a horrible roll and they're like, "Get out of here! You're dumb. We don't want to hang out with you." But maybe the other one makes it.
Yeah.
Right?
And when they find out that Ardell is actually an adult, because no offense, again, no, don't want to Steve Buscemi this, where she goes.
Hi,
Is like,
young people.
Hello,
Hello, fellow young
kid.
people.
Chad.
So at this
Yeah.
moment, it's as you guys have been sort of talking this through. We're now at 8 o'clock. We literally are at 8 o'clock.
Elliot, trust me, I can do this alone. I don't need backup.
All right.
I'm good with letting him go. I don't feel confident in my portrayal of a young person. No.
That's just a small person.
I'm
So-
just a small person. I don't think I would be able to be convincing as a child.
All right. Well, let's go try and find these kids and I guess spread out to the areas where we saw the posters and whatnot. And as soon as we find one, then we send Conan in to gather information. So, does that sound like a good plan, or does anybody else have a better plan?
It's just like, this is awful complicated. I thought we were just gonna be staking out at McDonald's and breaking in there tonight and tailing him. I mean,
Well, we can't tail him because we never found him. He wasn't on the water. So
yeah, but
he's-
if we're watching the business, he's gonna show up sooner or later. And I thought the whole point was that we were supposed to break in there tonight.
Elliot, how good's your sneakiness?
It's getting
3 a.m. Or was it 3 a.m. is when we planned on going in? And it's 8. So
Yes,
okay,
they
so
I stake
who
out the place. I'll go look for the kids, and Ardell will provide backup for either one of us, or either one of you. I don't know. It's up to you.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea. I will stealth and hide and stake out a McDonald's without trying to be noticed. And Conan, you go find these feather hat kids and ask them about the posters.
Will do.
Quickly before Conan goes, I'm just gonna touch
So,
him and quickly cast enhance ability, Eagle Splendor, so he has advantage on charisma checks.
Hey, I'm
Sweet.
more handsome now.
All right, so Mr. DM, Elliot is looking for a vantage point. Is there somewhere he can hide from where he can see both the front entrance and the side entrance to see if anyone's coming or going?
wait, which one are you looking for? The of which entrance?
Of M. McDonald's, the front entrance or that side door
If
entrance? He
if you're
pointed out
gonna
to the
like
server.
stake it out, yeah, there's plenty of
Yeah.
alleyways and things like that that you can go and be unseen and angle yourself to see both.
Okay, then
There's
I would like to
several
go
spots.
there and hide, looking conspicuous or hide and
You
be
don't
a
even have
lookout.
to roll for it. You can again. It's kind of like I said with the lake. You're kind of you just there's just a spot to that you can position yourself that unless someone's specifically looking for you, they're gonna have to do, you know, like you're able to. I'll say this. We'll say you're kind of position yourself in this little alleyway right here, and you're able to see that side entrance. Oh, did I put you? Did I bring y'all back to the? Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
So
yeah, we're at
you're
it.
ducked. You're kind of
Okay,
you're ducked back here.
gotcha.
Even if someone saw you, it doesn't necessarily whatever. You're just somebody hanging out over here, or whatever. No big deal. Um, and you're able to see that
All right,
entrance as there in
but
both.
actually, before I go, since we were at the house, I'm gonna like change out of my like kimono looking thing that I like to wear and put on my old roguish gear,
Hmm.
leather armor, and then I'm going to go stake out that area.
Yeah.
That way,
So
if
you right.
someone does see me or notice me, they don't say, "Hey, there's that blonde-haired kid that wears a kimono everywhere."
And you can
Uh,
see
There's the weeb.
yeah. So
Usually
yeah.
barely
as you're
one
there, you
feet,
can
but he's
see
the weeb.
you can see it actually looks like very strong burly men that they have like tattoos and they look like wrestlers. It's like it's three of them in their group, and they appear really upset, and they bust out of the door, and they're like, "This is ridiculous! 4 badgers in a row!" And he's like, "Well, how do we all end up with badgers? This is ridiculous!" And you can hear them just yelling and frustrated, and one of them doesn't notice you and throws a half-eaten emic meal into the alleyway, and it kind of lands in front of you, and they stomp off down down the
Okay.
alleyway. You can hear them just complaining. You it sounds like
It's
they all got
Sean
badgers.
Cena.
I take
Sean
a mental
Cena.
note. Badgers.
Bird.
All right,
Badgers.
that's where Elliot's at. He's gonna be there for the next few hours. I don't know what everybody else is doing, but that's Elliot.
I'm keeping an eye out for anyone any of the children in the what's it call it the posers. I'm looking for those poser kids.
And I'm
Yeah, just
holding
like walking around
concentration on the
town looking
enhance
for some
ability.
kids. Yeah, you.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm trying to also I also make myself the best I can look.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make 10 minutes in real time be. I mean, we can adjust it quicker. I'm just doing this because y'all keep doing stuff. But right now it's roughly about 9 o'clock at night. Yeah, as you're walking around, you're seeing people and but not like little kids or anything. Just various townspeople about. Every now and then you catch somebody with uh, what do I call it? Funshine or sunshine bag? Sunshine bag.
Sunshine,
Yeah,
shun,
I can't remember what it was.
sunshine.
Yeah, it's just various town people about. Um, and it's roughly now about 9 o'clock.
Still just looking at. Do I not have to make some sort of roll to specifically find?
It's pretty late to like see kids about right now. It's pretty late in the.
If they're
If you
street
want to
urchins, then if these kids are
if you
street
want to look
urchins,
for
then
street urchin like kids, Are you familiar with Waterdeep? Like, does your character know Waterdeep real well?
Not too
If
terribly.
if you don't know Waterdeep really well, you wouldn't know. But Elliot, I mean, if you want to go ask Elliot, he probably would know where you might find something like that.
Elliot,
So
Elliot,
okay,
Does
it's
he know
help
where
us.
you hid, Elliot? Does Conan
I'm
know where
just
you went to stake out?
no, but since I know he's going to find these kids, these urchins, I'm just going to maybe we can RP that I told him,
Yeah,
hey, they hang out in this area of town.
right.
Start there.
You don't know specifically where there are children urchins, but you know that they probably would be in the docks district.
All right, that's where yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I tell him. The docs.
yeah,
Okay, to the dock I'll go then.
yeah. Uh, yeah. So if you're down in the docks district, um, you can you can give me let me roll a because you're specifically just looking for urchin kids, right?
Uh, would also look like they'd be in a gang, but yeah,
Okay, well,
opposed to a
go
gang
ahead
rather.
and roll a perception check. Y'all better be glad that we're not in combat right now, because all of a sudden I'm
Um,
rolling really good, and that's even a
20,
different dice.
21.
Yeah, so as you're going and looking around, you can see that there appears to be a little boy and a little girl ducked in a kind of an alleyway. You catch them out of your eye.
I'll go follow them.
Well, they're not necessarily moving; they're stationary. You can if you went down to the alleyway, you would sort of corner them.
Go down the alleyway.
Yeah, so you can see that.
Not
Uh,
necessarily stealthing, but trying to.
yeah, it's a narrow alleyway, so it's obvious that something is there. Um, but as you get to the alleyway, you can see that it appears to have like there's a makeshift kind of glob of hay, not even really making a bed or anything, and it looks like they have uh, like uh, a little area, maybe like a little makeshift table. Very few belongings, pretty much consisting of a tin cup, like two tin cups and like one wooden plate. Um, and they look up at you a little bit. Um, they're not necessarily scared of you because you look like a kid to them. But they kind of look up. They can tell you're not. I mean, I guess you don't look. Do you look like a urchin or you look like just a normal
I
kid?
would have. I would have done my best to make myself look. Is homely the right word?
Yeah,
I would do it.
if you want to look, yeah. As soon as you approach, the little girl looks up at you and she says, this is our alley," and she appears to try to sound forceful.
Uh, say, well, yeah, I don't see your name written on it anywhere.
And the uh, the boy stands up, and you can tell that he. So she's probably about 8, and the boy seems to be about 10. Um, and and he stands up and he's like and he says, "Look, pl- please don't hurt us. We can find another alley." And the little girl goes, "No, this is ours." And she pushes in, looking at you like with her little fist up. It's like, "This
Your
is our
alley.
alley. You find your own."
I don't need to find my own alley. My name's Conan. What's your name anyway?
And she looks at you, and she says, my name is my name is Rose." She says, "What's your name?"
I said my name's Conan. What's your
Oh,
name?
okay. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Okay, yeah. She says, "My name is Rose. Now get out of our alley and leave us alone." And the little boy's not anywhere near aggressive as her.
I'm gonna look at the little boy and in a quizzitive manner, being like, "Hey, what's your name?"
And the little boy looks up. He says, "My name is Thorn, and this is my little sister. This is our alley. Please just find your own."
What are you guys doing in an alley anyway? That gross, isn't it?
They said our parents are dead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They said we're not
Hey,
from here, so we can't be a part of the orphanage program. We're not from Waterdeep.
oh, I'm not from Waterdeep either. I'm kind of in the same situation. I don't have a home either, but I don't live in an alley.
This alley is only big enough for us two. There's no room for you here. Please leave us
Well,
alone.
I have a question for you. I'm trying to find these group of people who might be really cool friends. Do you know anyone who do you know any like group of kids who go around wearing feathers in their hats?
They said, no, I don't know any kids that wear feathers in their hat. There's a tall man that has a feather in his hat, but I don't know kids that have that.
I don't want to know about adults.
They said, please, please leave our alley. And the little boy's saying please, but the little girl's like, yeah, you need to go. And she said, I'm strong, you know. I'm not afraid of
Uh,
you.
I'll just be like, "You're a girl, and girls can't fight."
And so when you say that, she kicks you in the knee.
Ow!
Said, this is our alley. Go find your own. You bully.
I'm not the one who just kicks someone.
This is our alley. This is our home. Why are you messing with us?
I'm messing with you. I was just thinking maybe you knew something about some cool kids who are in a fun club. Apparently, you're not cool enough to even be in it.
And she says, I'm plenty cool. And she kicks you in the other knee.
Ow! I'm gonna push her, kind of like that way kids
Yeah,
will push each other.
yeah. You push her down or what?
I'm not gonna push her down. I'm just
Oh,
gonna push her back and be like,
yeah,
"Hey,
yeah.
don't kick me. That's not fun."
So you
Yeah,
actually
the
don't
way
you don't
like
push her
kids.
very hard at all. Like you just kind of push her back. But she makes this huge drama, and she falls back into the hay. She says, "Ah, oh, why are you attacking me? Save me, Thorn! Save me! He attacked me!" And it's clear that she's just making a big drama. Like you did,
Just
it's like,
roll
and
my eyes.
yeah,
I
Thorn's like,
told you, girl. I told you a girl couldn't fight. Girls are weak and can't even take a simple push.
and and she's like, oh, save me, Thorn, save me. And Thorn's like, will you please leave? Like he's not being aggressive to you at all.
Um, um, and he says, "Please leave." I'll be like, "Fine, but if you guys want a really cool place to stay, you can come to this place." And I'll just tell them of the Troll Skull Alley
And they
we
get and then
have.
when you say Troll Skull Alley, the little boy goes, "You mean the place is infested with rats?"
No, it's not infested with rats. Some mean bullies put that up.
And he pulls
I'm
out
kind of
a
hoping.
he pulls out a flyer, and on the back of the flyer you can see a chalk drawing of like a what looks to be like a unicorn, and but on the other side you can see it's one of the flyers that was around. Like they must have taken it and used it for drawing paper. He said
What?
this, and he shows you.
Yeah, that's
So
what.
one side's a unicorn chalk drawing or like coal drawing, and the other side is the message you guys saw.
Let's say, yeah, some big bully put that up, trying to hurt someone that I know. I was kind of hoping that those a gang of kids could probably help me get back at them. But
Yeah,
like I said, you guys are obviously too weak and not cool enough to be in their gang. I like the drawing though. Who drew it?
and she stands up. She goes, "I'm not weak, and I drew it. I'm an artist. I'm gonna be famous one day, the most famous in all of Waterdeep." She
You're
goes, "Do you want
really
to buy
good.
it? It's on sale for 100 gold pieces."
Oh, I don't know how money works. Does this work? And then I'll just like pull out a whole bunch of like pebbles or something. Is
Yeah.
this 100 gold?
And she says, no, this isn't 100 gold.
I don't know what 100 gold is then.
What age is your character? I mean, what age do you appear to them?
Like an 8 or 9.
Oh, you're about her age then. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. She goes, I'm the same age as you and I know what gold looks like. What's wrong with you?
Well, sorry, I'm not a big old smarty nerd like you are.
And she goes, I'm not a nerd, you're a nerd. And she kicks you again in the other shin.
Just go. "Mm." Like sticking my tongue out.
Yeah, and he's like, are you gonna leave us alone or are you just gonna stay here all day?
Yeah, I guess. Maybe I'll see you guys around. Hey, if you see those gang of kids, and we see each other again, maybe you can tell me. Also, like I said, if you want an actual cool place to stay, you can come to here. There's actual beds and food.
Well, why does it say you have rats everywhere?
Like I said, it's a big old bully lying. Gotta get some help for that.
Can we have food tonight?
So, there's food there.
So they agree. Y'all are gonna end up with a tavern full of orphanages. Y'all have who do y'all have? Ronald and his daughter, or whatever the guy's name, Richard and his daughter. So yeah, if you offer to take them back, they'll take you up for food. So if you want that, they'll go back with you, and then at this point it'd be roughly around 10:30 at night, and you would arrive at the tavern with Rose and Thorn. You now have Richard, and I forget what the girl's name was.
Ren.
All right, so now, so Conan has added to y'all's tavern Rose and Thorn, Richard and Ren. So you all got three kids there now. So if they're there, if you offered them something to eat, they would take it. Um,
We've got food somewhere, so yeah.
yeah, yeah. So they eat, and then and Thorn says, "Are you sure there's no rats here?"
Yeah, I know for sure because I'm the one who got rid of them before they even had a chance to be here.
So if he went back, you guys would have saw Conan show up with two more kids in there. Unless y'all
Hey,
object,
Elliot,
they
I
they
got two
live there
more
now.
orphans for us. I got two more orphans for us. We're gonna be eating in the kitchen if you need us.
I don't think Elliot would be there. Celine is.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize my mic was off. I said I'm staking out a
Yeah, you're.
McDonald's, so I did not see the
Yeah.
whoever entered Trollskull
So
Manor.
yeah, so
Hey,
you.
Celine, I brought some friends home. Maybe they'll help us. We'll be eating in the kitchen if you need us.
Well, I was say Celine's gonna be in the tower, kind of using her because it's like 3 stories up, so it's harder to see. So she's like keeping an eye out in the general direction where like and McDonald's is to try to see if she can't see him, and so she would have seen him walking back with 2 kids and just kind of like shook her head and just been like, I'm not even gonna bother.
And if you can't technically hear me say that, we'll say that I messaged.
You sent it by message.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
So is
I
there?
was like, we have no room for them. They can't stay here.
So outside of you
they
guys
just say that
doing
quick.
something, there's no more. Unless there's something specific you guys want to do, there's not necessarily any additional thing that would be going on between now and three, unless you guys are. Or I don't even know if I want to do anything at three. I'm just saying if that's what you guys were. If y'all want to stick with the original plan, you say outside, unless there's something specifically y'all want to do. Elliot, you would have seen similar to what you saw before, people coming and going, getting less and less and less as the night draws on. Roughly around 1 o'clock a.m., you see what looks to be about the last person. As an hour goes past and it's now 2 o'clock, You don't see anybody else um,
All right.
on up until, I don't know if you go back, but if you stay there, then at this point it will now have been, if it's 3 o'clock in the morning, it now have been a good almost 2 hours. You haven't seen any activity at M McDonald's, and it appears to be closed.
All right. Well,
You didn't see anybody leave. No employees. It's not like anybody locked up and left or anything like that.
no one is left. Like none of
Not
the.
not employee wise.
Okay, I'm still watching to see why the employees are still here at two in the morning. Also, I'm waiting for wink, wink, nudge, nudge, cough, cough. The rest of my team to show up.
Were you guys gonna go at 3, or what were y'all gonna do?
I think, yeah, I think the
Yeah,
plan was
3.
3.
If it's 3 o'clock, then they should be kind of moseying on that way. So I don't know if y'all would catch each other attention or not.
Well, yeah, I figured we'd be kind of making our way together in some
All right.
fashion.
Yeah. So
So,
Bring Rose
okay,
and
from
Thorn with us.
No, they all stay back.
since I'm here in this alley right here, as soon as I see one of them, um, I'm going to try and get their attention silently, or I'm just gonna um, walk up to them silently. I'm not gonna like yell across the street or anything like that. Assuming Conan, Celine, Ardal, and Dennis are all here, um, I'm going to suggest to those who cannot stealth, I suggest you guys wait out here. If you see us running out in haste, then that means we need backup. Um,
so
maybe be ready.
Savina said to kind of work her in somehow. So so I guess Savina turns into the tavern mother. Like I guess she's the one that stays behind and watches after all these kids y'all have accomplished. She said work her in somehow, so I guess that's what she's doing all this time. She's staying back and babysitting all these kids.
Sounds
Okay.
good.
Her and
Robbie
Richard.
wasn't feeling good, so Dennis is going to be staying back at the house as well.
Yeah, that's right.
And
Yeah,
he's lawful good, so he wouldn't be involved in breaking and entering
yeah.
anyway.
Okay.
I'm going to be tangentially involved by just keeping a watch from the corner of our house so that I have plausible deniability that I'm just hanging out by our house.
Yeah. You would your area would go all the way to here, so you could actually stand right here, and from that corner you could see clearly kind of
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
going
that was
on.
my plan.
Yeah. Okay, so
Okay.
it's 3 in the morning.
We're gonna need Ardal. We're gonna need some sort of signal. If you see people rushing in, or if there's some sort of danger and you think we should get out, make some sort of loud noise. What should it be the sound of? Let's decide that
Caca,
now.
caca.
Alright.
Actually,
Um,
I have an idea that might matter.
I can do thaumaturgy, so I can make like
A
pretty
loud,
much any
thunderous.
sound.
Oh, okay. I look up
Mm,
at the night sky. Is it cloudy? Could we, if it's cloudy and it looks like it could maybe rain, maybe thunder would be a
No,
good.
yeah, not necessarily a rainy. It there are clouds, but it's patches. It's like patches
Okay,
of clouds that
Well,
go
I can
through.
make
So
like the cry of a raven.
yeah, and that would
that
not be
sounds good.
uncommon. They're yeah,
Yeah.
that wouldn't cause alarm to anybody.
Okay. Okay, so I will use thaumaturgy to do a cry of a raven if there's anybody coming in.
Like any guards or anything. Right now,
I've got an idea that might be a little bit better.
What's your idea?
Um, I could technically set up using a ritual the alarm spell and make it so that Ardal is not technically permitted. So then she can just wave her hand through the alarm, and since we'll be within 1 mile of the alarm, I'll hear it in my head, and I can tell you.
oh yeah, so he sets up like a little bar where you could just wave your hand, and yeah, that can work
Okay,
too.
that'll
Yeah.
work.
That
So
sounds
I
cool.
will take 10 quick minutes to set up a little ritual version of the alarm spell and just say if anything happens, wave your hand through this,
And
and I'll be
and
able to hear with no one.
in the event that a guard would notice you there, Ardal, it wouldn't necessarily cause alarm. Again, it's your
Hmm.
house and you're just hanging out at your house. There's no
Yeah.
you don't look
Yeah.
you would not look suspicious to anyone to be hanging out. Really, I mean, you guys being in that cul-de-sac isn't so crazy. I mean, you live right there. You know,
Right.
maybe y'all just kind of out hanging out.
I'll just
Okay.
bring a book down from the library and I'll just sit there and like
Yeah,
flip through it idly.
just like if you live like in a cul-de-sac and you were out playing some basketball, you're not your presence there wouldn't necessarily cause alarm. Now, if you're halfway through a window, that might cause alarm. But I mean, you know, you're y'all being out there is not going to cause an alert to a guard. That's not yeah, it's not to scale. It's
Yeah.
every square is like 5 feet or whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, no, I
It's
know.
just an
I'm
example.
trying to figure something out.
Okay. So again, so none of the employees of M McDonald's have left, and it's 3 in the morning now.
Right. Yeah. No one. Whoever was in there that sort of closed up shop is still there.
Okay, I relay that. Like, no one's left. The place is still
Be
full of employees for
and
some
because
reason.
you have the schematics of it, you know that there's only those two entrances: the one to the side and the one to the front. Which this whole time you've been watching.
No, yeah, no one's left.
I'll
So
say it's probably at some point the door may have opened and you saw like the young girl that y'all saw before maybe you know empty a bag of trash in one of the areas and then go back inside at some point. You know,
The bag of trash is just filled
is
with
maybe like closing up,
bags.
she may have opened the door and set something out there and then came
wait,
back inside.
is a McDonald's a 24-hour establishment?
It's actually a tavern. So typically, if
In
they have a lot
AI.
of people there, like it wouldn't be uncommon if there was an event in town. It may stay open all night. But
Are the
the
lights still open?
no,
Can I?
they close down. Looks like a little after 1 o'clock is the patron. Again, this is like a for us. This is like a Monday night. So it's not. I mean, if there are people there and they're buying drinks, they're gonna stay open. But in this particular night, about 1 o'clock, it sort of you know got down. So you saw shortly after that they seemed to shut everything down for the evening. But but there's no like, y'all are probably the same way. I mean, if Charles School, if your pizzeria has got tons of people coming in at 2 o'clock in the morning, you're probably going to stay open. But it died down, and you look a little after 1. They seemed to shut it all the lights off and uh, didn't necessarily see anybody
So
leave of
our
the
plan
employees.
was, guys. Our plan was to go looking for incriminating evidence when no one was there, but all the employees that were working there, none of them have left. They're all still in there. Do we still want to go in there like a restaurant full of people? Unless one of you guys, Conan, can you turn invisible?
But might already know each other, but who knows?
I didn't hear half of that. It cut out.
All right. I don't have an invisibility. However, I could use another disguised self and just worker.
Uh, okay.
Idea, and I can keep in message with you as long as your
What's the range of message?
message is 100. As long as you're within 120 feet, I can continuously message.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
I'm gonna.
You'll be the only
So,
one who can hear it. You can
so
reply to me.
we know the employees are still there. Nobody's left yet, right?
Yeah, and at this point it's about 3:30 in the morning.
All right. Hmm. And you said Elliot would know that they shut up shop kind of around 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
AM,
Now
yeah.
that you guys know. So they've been in there for 2 hours.
So y'all know from the
All right.
schematic there's an attic area. There's like a large storage room kind of area. There's the kitchen and then the front area. Like the storage room is kind of like a basement, I guess. Kind of like what y'all have.
Hmm.
So there's like a whole, like the whole size of the building. There's something like that downstairs too. It's not uncommon in your okay. Like for example, your that y'all have y'all live there in your
Mhm.
business y'all live there. So it's perfectly reasonable to think that there's
Oh,
beds
there's probably a home dwelling within the building.
just as y'all's is. Yeah, there's no reason.
Uh,
Several people may have. I mean, I'm just saying that wouldn't strike you. I mean, you may not necessarily know if they live there or not, but for the fact that they didn't leave, your character could easily assume that, uh, either they're all just hanging out, or maybe they have some beds there or something. No reason for you to think that that wouldn't be possible.
Room and board.
hmm. All right. Well, okay. So we want to sneak in to find evidence, but what happens if this turns into if we're spotted? What's the plan then? Do we run with our tail between our legs? Do we? I mean, we don't have any grounds to stand and fight. If it comes to that, we would be the ones breaking and entering, and we would be the ones thrown in jail. So people may very well live there, but I don't. With this many people in there, it doesn't seem like a good idea to go in. But that's just my 2 cents.
I mean, when in doubt, go sleep and sleep them to death. Oh, they don't see our.
Is Conan coming in and out audio wise for anyone else, or is that just
Yeah,
me?
it's coming. Yeah, it's coming in and out, in and out.
Hold on. Okay, well, I got an idea. I have to disappear. Well, not disappear.
Don't know what it is you're doing, but if it'll help, I guess try it.
Is that a little bit better?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
far, yeah.
Okay. Well, like I was saying, I mean, when in doubt, cast sleep, and then as long as we keep our faces obstructed, ninja style, um, they no one could tell it was us. They would just know. Oh yeah, we got put to sleep by a wizard that had a ninja mask on.
By the wizard that everyone knows that a day earlier was using sleep magic.
One person I know.
So
And
now
Seven
with the discussion you
seven
guys have
people
had,
saw you put the rats and the other guy to sleep yesterday.
so
So let's
like I
assume that
said, I can
it's
disguise
well
myself.
known.
I can still disguise myself, make myself taller than I actually am.
so at this
And that's
point
one
it's
of the things that
4 o'clock in the
do.
morning. It's been y'all been planning now for about an hour outside the house
How is time going by so fast? We're literally having like
because I'm
20-second conversations, and you're saying an hour. It doesn't take an hour to have a 20-second conversation.
because I'm looking at even on like with real time here. Y'all have actually been in our time. Y'all been out there for about an right now a little over like 35 minutes. Y'all been talking. So all I'm doing is 35 minutes of actual talking. I'm just applying an hour to the game. That's realistic.
Well, I say we just go in. I can disguise myself to look like a worker, or we can just sneak in, and whatever happens, happens. There are consequences to things happening, but if it turns out that this guy really did sabotage us, then we can just claim
Celine walks
investigation.
over to the door and starts banging on the door loudly.
Yeah. So, which door? The front door or the side door?
The front door.
Elliot goes back to his stealth
So
position and stealth.
yeah, as you're banging on the front door, um, after a you know after about a minute passes, you can see and and she appears to be wearing kind of what would be like a pajama. It's the girl that you had saw before, and she looks at you kind of uh, on the outside of the door. I mean, she hears you and she's like, Who is it? Who is it? What do you want? What happened? What's going on?
I'm so sorry, sweetie. My name is Celine. We were here earlier. We
See,
come here
yeah,
quite a bit.
yeah, you own the pizza Troll School Pizza Emporium. The Yeah,
Exactly. Thank you so much for recognizing me. Um, I, I
and she
I'm
cracks
sorry
the
to
door
have to.
open,
I'm sorry to have woken you up like this. But
and she's squinting.
um, we uh we happen to find a couple children that are homeless, and we took them in. Right now they're sleeping. They didn't really have much, so I thought that it would be such a great surprise and such a great honor for me to have some of your toys for them to be able to wake up to. They literally came in with nothing. I know I'm not going to make you cook any meals at the moment, and I could get them
And
food
she
at our
says,
place.
I don't have the beholders aren't in. They're
No,
not
no, no.
here.
I'm not looking for
She's like, I've
beholders.
got a whole
I know
bag
you
of
guys have.
badgers. And she
I
You
know
have
said,
a
you guys.
huge echo,
she's
dude.
Enough with the
yeah,
Is
Badgers.
she
it
said,
echo? It's not
I
coming from me.
yeah, I'm
I
not
have
getting
a.
it. I'm not getting it on my side. Um,
Hearing Joe's echo.
no, I don't. Yeah,
I
No,
not
don't
on my
I
hear
side.
have
I'm
anything.
not hearing it.
headphones in, so
Okay.
Um,
I, I don't.
but she basically she looks at you and she's like, kind of trying to wake up, and she's like, I got a whole bag of badgers left.
How about this?
How do you
I
still
know
have a
they
bag
probably
of
have some
Badgers
toys that don't
left?
sell that well. Maybe you have some old toys from last season, but these guys don't have anything. So, how many of you are here?
And she says it's me and she says me and my brother and she says uh or she said it's I mean okay, this is y'all would have known her name, uh Dainka, you know her. um
Mm-hmm.
Danka Cook.
Dinka, and so Dinka's here. She says me. She says I'm here. Um, and she says I'm here, and Dasher is here, and Kelso
And Prancer.
and his younger sister Bryn. So the names that she gives you is Dinka, um, Kelso, and Kelso has a younger sister named Bryn, and Dasher. So Danka, Dasher, Kelso, and Bryn. So two boys, two girls.
All right. Here's what I would like to
And
do.
she says Emic lets us stay here is part of our salary. We have an area downstairs in the storage
Oh,
area. We stay. He's pretty good. He's actually a really really good boss. I have to say he takes care of us.
so it sounds like a really good man.
He really is. He's
how
he's
about I
he's
help you
honestly
out though?
someone to look up to.
And I'll help him out too in this regard. Um, I will buy whatever leftover toys you have from last season, all of it. The only thing is I need you guys to help me carry it over. I want to get it there now and have it kind of downstairs and kind of ready to go. Like they have in and so they can come down and see all the toys, and then I'm gonna let them
Like
take the toys, and they can
Christmas.
pass it out to all their other friends who don't really have anything. So you guys, they would love it so much, and I'm sure that the publicity that would come out would really help you guys out. I'll give you guys 20 gold coins. That should cover the product and give you guys a little bit of something. So if you want to wake them all up, I'll help you grab them. We'll head right over there now. Does that sound like a good thing for
And
you?
yeah, so she says uh, sure. Hold on. Let me get him. And she goes and a couple of minutes you can hear some groaning and moaning and things like that. And
Oh no, it's
about that time you
zombies.
can see there. It looks to be two. You see them all. The two boys. The one that is let me get the name here. The Kelsa Bryn is it looks younger. Bryn does not look at an age like not they're all in their 20s. Bryn looks to be about like 16. And they're there, and then they come out and they have a sack of looks like one sack of badgers and one sack of like last year's things, uh, and they were like, they're not super heavy. You want us to come and bring them?
Yeah, I got a bad shoulder when I was going after somebody today, and I kind of took a tumble. I'll grab something, but if you guys could help, that would be so. I'm so grateful.
Yeah. They're confused by all this, but I mean, you're their neighbors.
I'm just
You
like
know, yeah,
ching
you're
ching ching.
neighbors, so yeah, they kind of go along with you, and they enter into the place, and they're there now with you.
As soon as
They
they
lock up
turn
as
the
they leave, though.
as soon as they turn the corner, like that, this corner here,
Hmm.
um, Elliot is making a beeline for the door. Well, stealthily, and he's gonna try and Jimmy the lock,
And just
unlock it.
for like the mechanics
Yeah,
part of it, Chris, is I want to try and keep them there for as long as possible. So
yeah, like maybe showing them.
so we don't have to like RP it, but I
Yeah.
want to like oh yeah, we're gonna set this bag of toys up over here, and maybe we'll hide them around the room so that way they have to look for morning. Oh, that'll be such a fun game, and just keep
Okay,
them there
so,
for it.
so who's back at the manor? We got Celine and Ardal. Ardal? Are you standing watch and Celine's kind of there?
Yeah, I'm still out at the back corner, just
Okay.
sort of reading my book,
Okay.
keeping an eye out.
All right, Celine. All right, are
Reading.
you in the main tavern area doing all this, or are you doing it in different
Yes,
locations? Okay. All right.
it'd be in the main tavern area, and you know because I wouldn't want to go upstairs and like
The-
wake them because I'm assuming they're sleeping somewhere
yeah.
upstairs.
Okay. So let me get. Okay. So Celine's in the main tavern area, and you have the the four are there, with Celine, and so Elliot. So Ardal, you're standing outside, but you are. So you're here, Ardal, right? Celine is inside here. Um, so what is Elliot and Conan? What are you guys doing?
I'm trying to unlock that side door that they came out of.
I guess
Do you
I'll.
do you have thieves tools?
I do.
Okay, yeah. So just give me a uh you if you have thieves tool, you can roll a dexterity check and add your proficiency bonus to it.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll just be there with him. I guess technically being
And
on
and this is the
watch.
side door or the front door?
The side door.
Okay.
Nice. 23.
Yeah. So you're able to unlock it in such a way that it doesn't look that it's been tampered with, and the door opens.
Nice. All right. I would like to as stealthily and quietly as possible. Oh wait. All four of them left, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I should. I'm still not expecting anyone, but I'm still being careful and quiet enough. And I am making my way inside, and I'm passing like the front desk area and the like the inside, and I'm going to what looks like a an office.
Oh, okay. So
That's
yeah,
what I'm looking
if you
for.
go in the room, the rooms that are available are the front room, which you all know, the kitchen
Mm-hmm.
area, and then uh, I mean the kitchen area, and then downstairs would be a storage area that's literally the size of the place. So there are sort of three areas. It's like the front room, the back room, and then the downstairs storage basement area. Those are the three. And of course, the attic. Well, you went through the door. You didn't go through the attic. And of course, there is an attic as well. Those are the areas that are available to look.
All right, I'm going for the back room then.
Like the basement
The
area.
the basement, the living
Yeah.
quarters, I
So
guess.
in the
Area.
basement area, you can see there's several places where lots of food is stored. Um, you can see that there's several, lots of bags of toys and things like that. Um, and you can see the far area, there's four beds. Each of the beds has a like a lockbox, like a personal chest for each bed. Um,
Hmm.
and you can see all this there.
Is there an area out in the open where I see, say, like uniforms? I'm looking for the uniform that I'm looking for a uniform with a missing piece of the
Yeah, you don't see any uniform. You see that you don't really see necessarily any belongings out. Picture a bed, a cot bed, and then a chest at the bottom. I mean, a chest in front of the bed. So you don't see necessarily any belongings out. Um, each of
Okay.
the chests have a lock on it that, with you being proficient in thieves tools, these are not. This is like the luggage, like luggage
Yeah, yeah.
locks where it's like it's very they're not you know
Would I
it,
have to make a roll?
I mean outside of rolling like a five or less. I mean, if you want to roll to see, if you can, just in case you happen to roll. What's your number? What number do you get no matter what? If you get a
If
five no matter what, then you don't have to roll.
Yeah, yeah, 5 is my plus. So at the lowest I roll a 6 if I roll
Yeah,
plus
if
1.
you're always going to do a five, then you're able to undo these with no problem.
All
And
right,
so
so
there's
I open
four.
it up.
Yeah. So
I go through the first one. I carefully, like if the like things are folded, I
yeah.
make note of where what is, and
So
I carefully go through it looking
yeah.
for.
So the first one appears to be one of the females.
Uh
And
huh.
you don't, you actually can see two uniforms in there.
Mhm.
Other clothes like regular clothes. You can see a couple of things. It looks like hair braids. This is one of the girls' locker. You don't see anything that would be like what you're necessarily looking for.
Okay, then I put everything back the way I found it
Yeah.
in the places I put it, and I close it and I lock it back up, and I
Yep.
move on to the next one.
Yeah. And the next one, this one appears to be one of the boys. And this particular one brings nothing of attention that would like. There's nothing here to make you think. Conan, where are you during all this?
Um, just following. There's really nothing else I can do.
Are you in there with him?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Ardal, you're you're just kind of hanging out, and you can see one of the city guards comes walk up to you, and he goes, "Top of the evening to you, ma'am." And
Hello.
he knows you're supposed to, he doesn't, he knows you're supposed to be there. And he says, and he kind of walks over to you. He says, I tell you, I came by the restaurant today, and I want to say that my family, we really dig that dungeon. What do you call it? Dungeon dive? Dungeon dive
Yeah,
pizza.
yeah. Oh.
Yeah, you make some good stuff there. I heard some people are making rumors about your place, but I think it's really nice. I really enjoy it. I'm glad you guys came and fixed up the old place for sure.
Oh, you're very welcome. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm glad you're enjoying the food. I hope you come back again and spread the word that it's a nice, clean, very professional environment.
He says, yeah, and he pulls out of his pocket. He said, I took down a bunch of these. I saw probably some kids or somebody put around town, and he hands you 10 of those flyers that he
Oh,
had he
thank you
had
so
personally
much.
taken down. He goes, yeah, yeah, I know. And so you guys are having that conversation, and now let's. So of course, I got three things going on right now. Ardell's out front having
Mhm.
this conversation with the guard. Again, nothing that would be, aggressive towards you. He knows you're there, and he's just having a conversation. One of the night watches, he's telling you how great he enjoys the place. Celine, you're there, and you guys are putting these things around. They're kind of helping you get it all set up. Um,
Yep.
and and you're setting this up in the main tap room, or what about any the bedrooms or the
Yeah,
storage
I'm not
area?
going up to the second floor. Just
Just the
you
first
know,
floor.
Yeah, just because it's a large room,
So
so
you're trying to like make this like a hide and seek where the kids are gonna find all these, like an Easter egg hunt.
yes, that's what it's turning into. I mean, mainly my objective is to keep these people here as long as possible, so my compatriots don't get caught. They
Yeah,
can do what they need to do and then get out.
yeah, and so and
So I have paid for all the toys, and I'm just getting them. Oh yeah,
yeah,
let's hide it in the
yeah, and
cracks
they're
in the fireplace, and let's hide it up here. And
yeah,
yeah,
and they're help. Yeah, so they go. Um,
I mean, I gave them 20 gold.
only
So
on the top floor. Are they allowed to hide them like in the basement area too, or just only the
no,
top
because I
floor?
don't want them to be in any place that we have our own stuff.
Yeah.
Because I don't know them, and I don't want them to try to steal or
Okay.
sabotage anything.
Yeah.
So I'm just carefully making sure they stay up,
Oh, okay.
on the first floor, and don't really go behind
Yeah.
the bar
So
area.
they're doing they're kind of hiding this around the bar area, which would be time for them to do the little toy hunt in the morning, and you can actually see that the older girl is kind of really starting to get into it. She's like really intricately hiding them. Okay, back real quick to Elliot and Sam. So you looked at two chests. What do you want to do? There's two more left.
I'm going for the second one.
Okay.
Um, and I'm gonna tell Elliot, hey, maybe you should make your way towards that attic we saw in the schematics. When I'm done here, I'll meet you there.
Who's Elliot?
Wait. I'm sorry. What did you do?
Or, I
Uh,
mean, to Conan.
Yeah,
what did you do, Elliot?
I
you're Elliot.
Before I go into the third,
Yeah.
as I'm going through the third one, I tell Conan, hey, you should make your way to that attic we saw in the schematics and start
Yeah.
searching there. If I don't find anything, I'll come meet you there after I'm done here.
Okay. So
Okay.
if Conan, if you're gonna go to the attic, it would be like an action to make it there.
Okay.
So do you want to? Is that what you want to do, or what do you want to do?
To the attic I go, being
Okay.
as
So
carefully
he took
discreet
an
as
action
possible.
to go to the attic. What do you want to do on your action, Elliot?
I'm gonna continue searching through the remaining suitcases.
Okay. So on suitcase number 3. So at
Hmm.
this moment, Conan, you open the attic door and you are in the attic, and you see. Um. Well, here I got to kind of do all this at once because all this is happening at once. Elliot, you open the chest and you can
Hmm.
see inside the chest that this is another. This is clearly one of the one of the boys' chest.
Hmm.
You can see a uniform and you clearly see a torn uniform piece. I don't know if you have that piece with. Did you bring? Who has the piece? Like who had the
Uh,
piece with him?
I thought
For
Elliot was holding this piece the whole time.
Okay, for the sake of role playing, Elliot, you had the
sure.
piece with you. You hold the piece and it matches perfectly that uniform. That's what you see at that moment. At that same moment, Conan opens the attic and you can see the attic is full of uh, pins and markings, and you could see many flyers up in the attic saying, the flyers that y'all saw. You can see that it's full of those. There's a little makeshift office, and you see that. At that moment, Ardal, you're talking with the guard, and Celine. You it doesn't necessarily alarm you, but you have okay. We've got an 18, a 15, a 12, and a 6. Does the 18, 15, 12, or 6 hit you? Celine?
Sorry, I was muted.
Does
The
the 8?
18 and
Yeah.
18 and 15 would hit me.
Okay. Then you need to make a um make your first constitution saving throw.
All right. That is going to be a 19.
Okay? And then make another constitution saving throw.
That is a 14.
Okay. So you actually you see that one of the older girl and the younger girl bite you. The boys try to bite you, um, and um, oh, I'm sorry. You this is happening real. You're almost unaware of what's going on, but it's
Yeah.
almost like large rats. One bites. You're a little bit frazzled at this moment, um,
Mm-hmm.
but you see like a transformation, and there's two things that bite on you. Um, you for the sake of this, I'm going to say that you were surprised by that. I think you were.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think you. Yeah, I would say that that's a little bit
She would
surprising.
not be looking.
Yeah. So
She would
that
not be watching out for were
right. So they
rats.
yeah, because that you didn't notice them sort of gather around you. These are human, large human sized rats.
Yeah.
Um, and there's a second one that the
That's
highest
right.
was.
They don't
I don't.
humans.
Does a 14 hit you?
Nope.
Okay. On the second go around, um, the none of them take you, but real quick, so Elliot, you open this and you discover that you have an action. So you're there. You discovered that one of these kids must have been that person. Your character doesn't necessarily know if everyone's involved or just this one kid. You don't. Your character doesn't know that, but you do have an action.
Okay. Well, we need this evidence to be here when we come looking for it with the authorities.
Yep.
So I put everything back the way it was, including the torn uniform.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
keep my piece though, and I close it.
Okay. And you did.
And then I'm. Oh, I guess that's my action.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I meant to send you guys this sheet. So think of it when we're in this sort of moment like this. It's kind of like that. That's okay. Everything Elliot just described, that's fine. That took you about 6 seconds to you recognize it, you put it in, you shut it. That's a good movement at that point. So try to keep that in mind as you guys are talking. Think of what could you do in 6 seconds, and what could you do. Um, the okay. So then we're at Conan, you just saw this in the attic. You can see all the papers there. You know this is where those were made, and you have an action.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's more evidence for sure.
Yeah, so I can't really rip these up. I have no way to take a picture of them. Let's see, is there any?
I mean, you could go gather some if you wanted. You can make your way up into the attic and grab some if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I'll go grab some, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 to show to show Elliot.
Yeah, so as you're coming downstairs, you can see Elliot just close that box he was on, and then that takes us up to Celine. You now, so basically you're in melee range. There's 4 humanoid rats on you, and it's you're up.
Well, I'm going to yank out my short sword and start a swinging.
This is how Joe's played with me before. He's like, Christopher can't hit nothing. I'm not worried. That dude.
Well, if I move out of range to shoot, I don't want to get 4 attacks opportunity.
You can
So
you know the mechanic of disengage, and you can move 30 feet.
yes, but that would be my action. I'd rather just attack him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
and
you
get
can
him
do. I just
down.
want to let you know there is a way you can. I mean, you would. Just so you know, mechanically, if you disengage, you could run out the door. I just want you could do that. You don't have to
Yeah.
do that, but you can. You're right, man. I don't. What are the? I mean, come on, man. I've rolled how I rolled 8 dice and I rolled 8 dice and hit you 3 times.
I know.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you the damage you took. I'm sorry, man. Did I tell you?
That's all right. You didn't tell me the damage now.
Yeah, you would have taken 8 points of. I'm sorry, because that may change your decision. You did take 8 points of piercing damage.
All right.
I don't know if that
I'm
changes
still
your action or not, but
nope. Still gonna
wait,
attack.
weren't you
7.
hit? weren't you hit a third time?
Nope, I
I'll
only
give
got
it
hit
to you.
twice.
I'll give it. Yeah, regardless. You hit twice. Okay, go ahead. Sorry,
An
go ahead.
18 and a 15.
Okay, so
So
um,
17 is the I attack. I attack with a 17,
yeah, that hits.
What
and
is it
then the
that?
damage.
What
What?
was it again that? What was it again that attacked you
You
at
have
that
no idea.
outburst?
Yeah, it's okay if you don't know because you don't know. So it works out if you don't know. Like
Okay.
you're
Well,
I'm being
Conan is
attacked by
completely
were
unaware of all
rats.
this.
doesn't
Okay,
he have to make
so
Constitution saving throws or
so
whatever to
hold on.
I
not
already
get
Okay,
did.
all right.
lycanthropy? Okay.
We'll
I
so
already did.
Celine,
Okay.
if you picture your character standing there, we'll say that there's one to the north, to the south, and the east and the west. Just mechanically, if you want to
Okay.
tell me who you're going for.
I'll attack the one that's directly in front of me. So the one into
Yeah,
the north, we'll say.
yeah,
And so it's I rolled a 17 to hit,
yep, that hits.
and 8 points of slashing damage from the short
Okay,
sword.
let's see. Hang on, let me redraw this here. Okay. All right, so you did 8 points. Okay, so the
Yep.
one to the north of you is now wounded. Okay, did you say you had another attack that you could do, or are you saying that was total?
That was the total attack. I only have the. I don't have another weapon in my
Yeah.
hand, so I can't do a second attack
Okay, so that okay.
yet. Anyways,
All right, so that was Conan.
that was
I'm
Celine.
sorry. So Celine. Ardal, you're there with this you're there with this guard, and he's kind of finishes. So what I was saying is your conversation that you were having.
Mhm.
This was all going on while you were having that conversation. He goes, yeah, I'll look forward to maybe coming by tomorrow. I'll tell the guys. I appreciate it. And he makes his way. He's headed toward a McDonald's. Let me draw this here. Um, so this is his path. This is going to be his movement one. This is going to be his movement two. This is going to be his movement three. And this is going to be movement four. So in 4 turns, he'll be unaware, he'll be out of any kind of observing range of a McDonald's. So he said that to you, and he now moved. So the guard at this point is, which you know this, Ardal, they don't.
Mhm.
At this at this turn, the guard is here.
Okay.
And are you gonna do anything, or you're everything that I'm saying is going on in the house? You're completely unaware of that.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I mean,
I don't want to set off the alarm because I'm afraid that's going to
was it?
make them come running out.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, your character would not want them running out right now. He's right
No,
there.
so I think I'll just keep an eye on him, and if it looks like he's heading into the McDonald's, then I'll set off the alarm. If not, then
You know that McDonald's is closed.
Mhm.
It looks like he's headed. You I drew the path for you. You would
Mhm.
assess that that's probably he's probably headed out to. Your character would be aware of the area to think that he's probably going down to the south entrance. Like
Okay.
yeah. So you feel that.
Okay.
Okay, so that brings us back up to the top, and let me roll. Okay, so we got an 18, a 17, a 2, and a 4. Wait, let me see if they get any points added.
Are
Hang on.
they attacking me again?
Yes, yeah, they're all over you.
Wait. What about Elliot and Conan?
Did I? That was Ardal's move. No,
Ardell just went.
Celine went. Ardal went. Now it's there at the top of the initiative. So it's not. It's not back to y'all yet. It's their move right now.
We were at the top of the initiative, and
You
also
are, but they're at the. I mean, they're at the. They're at the. It's. I don't know. I'm not sure what to
basically
tell you. It's their turn.
since since the last time Joe was attacked,
Yeah.
Elliot and Conan haven't had
They right.
another turn. So
You.
it went Celine,
Oh,
Ardell, and now it's going back to Celine before it goes to
some of the
Elliot.
things that happened didn't necessarily happen in sync. So because you guys are
Okay.
all you're in 3 different spaces, some of the events of what you guys did. Like for example, like Ardal, some of that was going on why y'all. Like for example, you checked the chest, you checked number 2, you checked number 3. That was all Ardal's conversation. So some of this is a little bit out of sync on purpose. It's just because I
Okay.
had to do it. So yeah, so right at this moment, it's they're up. You'll basically be going after they move. You guys will be having your turn. Um, so at
Okay.
this point, we are back into a real rotation that's all synced up. That's why I drew that to help me know about Ardal. Um, okay, so you would have Celine needs to make 2 Constitution saving throws.
What were the attacks
So
against me?
well, I mean, well, hang on. I was seeing if it added anything. Um, okay, theirs is a +4, so I rolled a 18. You know what? You may have got lucky. I may have hit you more, and I just didn't add the bonus. One of them would be I rolled a 18, a 15, 18, 15, 12, and 6. Well, 12 might hit you now. Hang on, because the 12 is a 16, the 15 is a 19, and the 18 is a wait 15 plus
Yeah,
4.
the 18 and 15 hit no matter what.
Okay, but
So
does a 16 hit?
so that's 16 hits. My AC is 15.
Okay, so now you want to do 3 Constitution saving throws.
All right, well, that's a 18.
Yep, that makes it.
That is a 13 and a 15.
Okay, 18, 13, and 15. Okay,
Yep.
all of those make it, but you do take 12 points of piercing damage. Okay, so that was done. Elliot, you're up. You just closed the case. Conan just came down, and you're up.
I said, I've Hey Conan, I found the missing what's the word? My brain's
The
going on
piece.
fire.
You
Uniform.
yeah, you
I
know
found the
that.
uniform that this piece goes to.
Yeah.
This kid definitely did it. Let's make our way back and let the rest of them know.
Yeah,
And so
I found all these flyers, like hundreds of thousands of these flyers up in the roof of up in that rooftop area.
nice. All right, now it's time. Then we'll go find the authorities.
Conan,
This
are
is
you
enough.
taking all of the flyers, or are you leaving some?
I took like 4 or 5. I can't take all of them. There's
Okay, you
said
didn't take
there's
them
like
all.
a
Okay,
whole bunch
yeah, it
of
was
them.
fine. If you wanted to take them all, that would have been okay. Okay, so
No,
you're
just
just
4
taking
or
a couple
5
of
of
them.
them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So okay. So you guys, you kind of had that discussion. You guys can have a movement if you.
Yeah, I moved towards the door.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
follow.
in this
Also,
turn, you make it to the door.
I wanted to know, it's not like a clear door, right? Like I can't be
You guys are
I
going
can't see through it.
upstairs. You're at the door, but you don't even have enough to like open it. You're just at the door. I
Okay.
need to know, did y'all go to the front door or the one that you unlocked?
The one that we unlocked, that's the one closest
Yeah.
to Troll Skull Manor.
Okay. Yeah. So you're there. Um, and that takes us now to Celine. You're up.
All right. Celine is going to use her action to disengage.
Yep.
I guess. And she is going to get out of the house and far away from them.
Yeah, if you disengage, you can run all the way sort of to the street. Let me draw on the map. So if you disengage and you run out the door, you can make it to there. And Ardal is standing here. So is that what you do?
To which one?
Yeah, you're able to disengage and make it all the way out to the street.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll do that, and then when I get out there, I'm gonna use my bonus action to where is it? To use my second wind, so we can get some health points back here.
Yeah.
And let's see where you are here. Oh, son of a bitch. All right, so I get 6 points back.
Yeah.
I got rolled the 3 on a d10.
So so
Oh
as
wait,
you
nope,
as you
that wasn't.
bust out of the door in this action of, this frenzy, the guard turns around and he notices you. He yells out, "Are you all right?"
So it's just like rats, 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 rats.
Elliot, you and Conan at the door, you hear this. You hear that this is
Yeah.
being said outside the door.
It's like big rats, big rats, big rats.
Um,
Now we got rid of them.
and he says, and he looks at Ardal, and he's like, ah, so it's true then, and he's really sad. Do you need some help? And he pulls his sword, kind of halfway out.
I say, yeah, and I put my sword back and take my gun out for my free item interaction.
Yeah. So now, this is what I get for saying this is what he does. So he doesn't go on the path that he said. He makes it on his turn. He makes it to you. So now he's standing there. A new turn. Okay, that's the end of his move. Ardal, you're up, and you can see that the guard is now. Uh, Ardal, you would know. You know if they come out that side door, the guard's gonna. You don't. I don't know how you can fix this, but you don't want him to come out the door right this second.
Okay, so the guard's gone up towards
Ring the
Trollcom
bell.
Manor.
Yeah, he's up there.
Can I duck around behind him over to the
Hmm.
side door and just sort of like block it?
Yeah, if you kind of
like stick
yeah if,
my foot in front of it so they can't open the door?
yeah. So if you sort of make your way over there, it would appear to him as if you're kind of cautiously getting out of the way of what's going like you're.
Mm-hmm.
So he would perceive that as you backing up and giving space. Like you don't know what's
Yeah,
going on, you're backing up, giving space. So
yeah.
that doesn't cause alarm to him. And I would say that
Okay.
you were at the door. You're
Yeah, I'll just
you're
sort of like
like,
lead my
yeah, you've
back.
ducked
Yeah.
away and you're looking, yeah, like what's going on,
Yeah,
and
and I'll just
he
keep it closed until he like actually
yeah,
goes inside.
yeah, and you're actually would be able to sort of tap on the door and be like, don't you could tell them
Hmm.
something if you want.
Yeah, like I'll just sort of like tap and whisper as like there's a guard. I will let you out as soon as he goes in the manor. We have a problem. Give me a
Yeah,
second.
yeah, and you're able to hear that. Um, and
Wait, who
and
is she talking to?
she's talking to you guys. She went over to the door
Oh, to the
to,
door
to your
at
door.
McDonald's.
Yeah,
Oh,
to
okay.
the guard. It looked as if she's kind of, oh, this is something going on, but really
Mm.
she's slipping over there for the purpose of alerting you that there's a guard outside the door. So now your characters
Oh,
know
okay.
about that. At this moment, um, the uh, the door opens and you can see, the two 20-year-old guys um, and the girl, the 20-year-old girl and the younger girl, and they come out and they go, I think it's such a wonderful idea that you had. And they see the guard and they're like, and they recognize the guy like, hey, how you doing, Bill? And he's like, oh, doing good. What's going on? And they then tell the guard the whole story about your plan, about them planning the things to surprise the orphan kids, and they're saying all that, and they're in normal humans, and they say all that real quick, and at that
Dang it.
moment, yeah, Elliot, you're up. You would have just heard that from Ardal.
Rats.
So Ardal, you,
So
yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
no, I just have like had a game kind of question about this.
Yeah.
So I did manage to attack one of them,
Yes.
even though they were in were rat form when it happened.
Yeah.
Those wounds, I'm assuming, would still translate over to the human side, right?
Yeah. It's I mean, mechanically wise, I mean, it may be it. I mean, we didn't really talk about where you hit them. They when they come out, there might be like it may be something like let's say this mechanically. Let's say that you wounded him on the arm, and it doesn't necessarily appear right now that there's something there, but yeah, the wound. I would say that if you have them remove their blouse, it was the girl. So if you have her take her clothes off, you would see a mark on her arm.
Okay, just wondering
Yeah,
because on my turn, I'm like, they're the were rats. Look at her arm. I hit her on the arm.
and
Like I got bit. You
yeah.
can see it on me.
So you're able to kind of say you're able to kind of make a free action as they come out and they are you okay? Yeah, you could say that like to the guard. I mean, you could.
Yeah, but like it's them. They're the rats. They attack me. Like I know they're telling the whole thing, but
And
yeah,
she,
that's the exchange that would be happening at that moment.
yeah. So yeah, as they come out and they because they're purposely speaking really really fast, knowing that you may say. So when you say that, there's sort of a moment.
Yeah.
There's a moment of awkwardness, and now Elliot, you're up, and y'all just heard Ardal. Like Ardal's right at the door.
Um. Okay, I heard Ardal say that Celine is, or no, that rats are over there. That Celine came out like hurt. So I'm going to make a beeline for Trollskull Manor.
Well, you don't necessarily. You're saying um
Well, what did Ardal say to me about?
Ardal told you there's a guard out there. Like not don't reveal that you guys broke in there. Like if you come, like Ardal saying, if you come out, you're gonna reveal. In this move, Ardal would have said to you, "Don't come out," because it would reveal. Like the guard's gonna know you came out in this particular moment.
But isn't the guard is already over here, and we're coming out of McDonald's over here. Plus, he's like looking. Isn't he like
Yeah,
looking the
let's
other
let's.
way?
All right, hear me out. Hear me out.
Uh
In
huh.
this move, Ardal has informed you if you come out, the guard would notice you coming from there. He's very alert. And in this, because here, listen to my words. In this action, you coming out of that door, the guard is alert, looking around. He's alert at this particular move.
Okay, so he's kind of aware of all directions right now
Things are
because he's
going on. He
okay.
heard them in this. Keep in what I'm saying. In this move, in this move. So
Okay,
right now you haven't gotten a clearance from Ardal. You don't have to listen to Ardal. You can come out if you want.
okay. I
And
have a
Ardal may be
question.
wrong. Maybe what you're saying is Sam. Maybe you're right. You don't have to listen to Ardal. Ardal just
Sure.
said don't come out this move. But you don't have to listen to her. You may be right. Come on out. You'll find out.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah.
Having walked from Trollskull Manor to a McDonald's many times,
Yeah.
from that direction, is this door visible?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The other door.
Yeah. If you come out the front or the back, the guard would be aware of that in his current observant state.
We'd see you'd see around the first corner, the second corner, and the third corner to see me. Okay.
Let me hang
Then
on. Let me zoom in. Okay, look. Again, everything's not perfect to. I get that it's almost where like the maps. I don't know if they just mess you guys up. Let me say this as a DM. The maps are a visual representation. They're a
mhm.
visual rep. Yeah, look at what's being drawn right now. See that how they're whoever's drawing the green line. See that line of
Uh-huh.
sight. The corner of this building
Yeah, I
is
do.
not here. The corner of the building is here. I don't know if you can
It
see, but
depends. Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
look at that. Look
it's.
at what he's drawing there. Yeah,
I mean,
Joe, do that.
it
Draw that
depends on where
line. Yes,
because our main entrance would be right here, I
right.
think. So there would be a line of sight.
There you go. Yeah, see what Joe's drawing right there. See what he's saying. You can see the side entrance. You can see the front area. All
Yeah, he
that's
could.
visible to him, and he's
So
alert.
it would make sense that he could see the corner, but this entrance is behind the corner. It's over here. So that's what I'm saying. If I were to
When you
leave
come
out
out.
of this
Okay,
door,
hold on. I'm gonna draw it.
shouldn't I be covered by
Let
this
me draw it.
corner?
Hang on, let me draw it. Let's see here. Hold on. 1 second here. I don't even know how to draw. How do you do that ruler thing? Do you do it with this? Do y'all see the ruler
Well,
if I
there's
do it?
a.
Okay.
It's a thing on.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
see a yellow ruler.
Okay. Look at this. All right, see this yellow ruler right here? Hang on, let me do
Uh-huh.
it. Again, it's not a exact representation of what's there. Okay, if someone enters that front square of that door, the guard can see the corner of that square. And I'm ruling if he can see a corner of a square, he can see the square.
What if I leave this door and go to the left square?
You
Since the
don't
door is
have
on
you
both
don't have
squares.
enough knowledge to make that kind of a decision. You don't have enough knowledge of what's outside to
character
make that
wise.
kind of yeah. Your character doesn't have that kind of knowledge. I don't know why
I
it's
can be cautious enough to exit out the door furthest from
okay.
the
Here's
direct.
here's the ruling. If you come out of either door on this action, your character would think, based on what Ardo told you, that you're going to be seen. That may not be true, but your character believes if you come out, you will be seen. That's what you believe. You don't have to listen to it, but that's what you believe.
All right,
And
I'm
I mean,
coming out the other.
after the game, I'll sit and I'll draw them. Come on, we showed you now 3 times. I mean, we're showing you
There,
again.
there,
Keep in mind the corner of the building is there's a sidewalk in front of the building, right? So
right.
you're not. So you're. I don't know if you're.
I'm not counting the sidewalk corner. I'm talking about the building corner. But
Right.
also coming out of the door,
Okay.
there's two squares in front of it. There's a right one and a
Let
left
me
one.
see if I can draw.
So
Hang on. Let me see
there
if I can
isn't a
draw a line.
line.
Okay. Look at this. Look. I need to get it off of yellow. Hang on. 1 second. Yellow is 2. Okay. I'm gonna do it on green. Okay.
It's
Look. Look.
messing right.
This.
Yeah, with all the other stuff.
This. All of this. I wish I could do it straight. Is there a way to draw a line? Hold shift. I don't know if you can draw a line. Um,
Either way,
yeah, so
it's fine.
this is
Either
supposed to be
way,
a line, but
I'm gonna
the line is tipping. So there's like a
I'm gonna come out of the door and I'm gonna try and do it
yeah,
stealthily.
yeah. So if
I'm
you
gonna make
so are you
a
coming out of
stealth,
the
like a hiding.
front door or that side door?
The door furthest away from the street, the one I'm trying to. So the one I guess that's pointing west.
Yeah.
I'm coming out of that door, and I'm stealthing as I do it. I'm doing
Okay. Do
a hide.
do a stealth check, but do it at disadvantage, and I'm gonna roll to contest it.
All right.
If you're coming out of the front door.
The front door.
Yeah. And you're able to unlock. I mean, again, because you're coming from the back, so you're able to like, you know what I mean. You can, you don't, you know what I mean. It's like you just unlock it as a free action because you're doing it from the inside. So you have, it's no problem for you to unlock that door and come out.
Okay. At disadvantage, it's a 12.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me roll to contest it. Okay. All right. All right. He got an 18. So he sees you coming out that door, um, and and he looks over at you, and then so on your move when you do that, he takes his action, and he looks at you, he sees you there, and he looks at them, and he says, what's going on? What are you all doing? He notices you come out of their building. He notices them come out of your building. He noticed Celine freaking out, and so at this moment, this is what's impressioned of the guard. Celine runs out. What's wrong? Celine said there's rats. The people who live
Big
in
rats.
Emmek's house come out of your house. You, who live at Troll School Manor, just came out of Emmek's. So it's like, I don't know, the two, like you guys are all out. And he sees that and he's like, what's going on here? And he kind of sheathes his sword as he says that. And now it comes up to Conan, your turn.
Okay. I kind of zoned out a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm a little confused on who's where.
So right now, Celine is in the middle of the street, along with 3 or 4 of the people that work at McDonald's and live there. You're inside. Elliot just walked out and got spotted by the guard, and he's like, "What's going?" You kind of hear that. What's going on here? Ardal standing at the door. Conan currently is standing at that side door where Ardal was at this moment. In this moment, Ardal was saying, "Don't come out." But Elliot, Elliot went out. So you got the
Okay.
front door, you got the side door. The stuff that's
Ard,
going on in the street, Conan's not aware of that yet.
yeah. But Ardal somehow or for some reason told us not to come out.
Yeah,
Yeah, because the guard was there.
in this movement, Ardal said, "Don't come out." You don't know if that's true or not. I mean, you don't know. Again, like Elliot didn't listen to Ardal. Elliot came out, and you don't have to. Just that in this particular action, but your character is aware that Elliot's already come out. So who, the whole thing of
Um,
not coming out's already happened.
Elliot, you finally came out, huh? Well, we're all
Yeah,
proud of you. Anyway, I'm going to heed the words of Ardell and
kind of standing.
just,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
duck down or something. I don't know.
Okay, and now Ardal, you're up.
Um, Not a lot I can do. I guess I'll just stay here and make sure that nothing else like
Yeah.
that Elliot or that Conan
So,
stays in.
so what changed with what happened right now is the guard is like sort of standing out in the street, looking at them, looking at Celine, looking at Elliot. There's nothing. He doesn't look at you in confusion. Like when he's looking at
Mhm.
your character, he's not. You didn't alarm him going there or anything, but but to him, it's like again, from what he can see, Troll Skull Manor people are in a McDonald's house. And McDonald's people just came out of Troll Skull Manor's house. Celine's freaking out about giant rats. And that's sort of what's going on right now. So at this moment, uh, what changed in the mechanic is he's looking there, looking back, looking there, looking back, looking there, looking back. Like, what's going on? That's where he's at.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stay
Want a
at the
pizza?
door.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, no, yeah, I'm just gonna stay at the door just to make sure because I wouldn't know that Elliot's come out yet. He's
Right, yeah,
staying around the
already,
corner,
yeah, you're
right?
not aware of that, yeah.
Yeah, so I would just still stay there because I'm assuming that they're both still behind the
You
door
you
waiting.
noticed that he turned and noticed something and said like what's going on here, but
Mhm.
your character doesn't know what
Yeah,
he noticed.
yeah. I know he noticed
Yeah,
something. I don't
you
know what
know
it.
there's something, but you're
Yeah.
not quite sure what.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, so
okay,
I would just stay there.
yeah. So in that, then again the the humans they they look at the guard and they said, we're and so they notice so the humans or Elliot or sorry Emmix people notice you as well, Elliot. They see that you came out of there and they go and they say, "Oh, we're just those at the I can't remember the name of the thing. The Pizza Emporium. They rescued some orphans and they're gonna live there. And we were bringing some of our toys and they wave to Elliot. They wave at you and they go. Did you get the rest of the toys? And they call out to you, Elliot.
Yeah.
They go, great. That's wonderful. And they go, and they said, and they look at the guard and they go, what did I say his name was? Bob? I don't know. I gave him like a real simple name. Whatever the guard's name was, Bob. And they're like, and they say to Bob, they're like, it's such a great thing. And it was Celine's idea, actually. It's a great idea what you had, Celine. I think it's wonderful. And we're happy to have businesses that are neighbors being neighbors. That's what we do here.
I call over the guard. Excuse me, guard. Can I
Yeah.
have a word?
Sure, of course.
And
And
I
he
walk.
motions you to come over.
I walk towards the guard.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're there, so you got four people. The guard, Ardell's still back at the door. Celine's right there, and it's that's. I'm gonna say with your movement, you could if you were gonna say something to the guard, you can do that. Like you still have enough like movement going on to say something to the guard if you wanted to say
Is
something.
are we? Everyone stopped fighting. Are we out of combat? Can I just have a conversation with the guard?
Yeah, I mean, well, it's we're still in sort of that heightened out of combat moment, so you want to kind of keep it to an action. Do what you could do in an action. Like you're not going to be able to have a long story, but you could say a couple of words to the guard in this move.
Guard, they're lying. There's evidence in M. McDonald's that they sabotaged our business.
And and the guard looks and he says evidence of a sabotage, and and the and the ones that go they said we're not sure what he's talking about. Evidence of a evidence in our place. We have no idea what he's talking about. And yeah, so then at this moment, it's Celine, you're up.
Um, let's see. So Celine still has her gun out,
Yeah,
and and it's just like kind of like not like kind of aiming it, but not aiming it. She's got it's not like straight up, but it's not straight out. It's kind of like in the middle, like she's ready to shoot
yeah,
if she has to.
yeah.
And and I'm just like, and I just yell to like my teammates. I'm just like, these guys are were rats. I'm like, I can prove it.
And then while you're saying that, they're kind of making a motion like like you've been drinking a little too much.
I just cock my gun.
Um,
And that'll be my action.
and the guard says the guard says I think we can settle all this just by checking things out. So let's see what's going on here. And so so when he says that, uh, the 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 kids, or the 20-year-olds, they say, because they're in human form. I mean, they're not. You're saying were rats, but they don't look like a
They
were
don't
rat
look
or
like
any,
we're
yeah,
rats.
they don't look like that right here. Um, they um, they say, oh yeah, I mean, yeah, our place is open. Um, we and the girl, she's like, I have no idea what you're accusing us of. I don't understand. They came to us for help, and this one freaks out, and I thought we were being neighborly, and so yeah, please come, whatever evidence you have. So the girl, she's like saying, come on, I'm happy to let you check out whatever you want to, and she says that to the guard.
So then I would like to interject
Yeah.
and say, "Oh, so you're," and I'm speaking to one of the girls. So you're saying you're not were rats, like my friend is suggesting?
And the girl's like, that's preposterous. Why? It's very rude to accuse us of such a thing.
Okay, then, and then I
And then
I
and then
gesture.
have
she says,
bite marks.
and
I
she
then
says,
gesture
yeah,
to the guard and I
yeah,
say, "Okay, then," and I look back at the girl and I say, "Then you wouldn't mind holding these 4 silver pieces?" And I take out 4 silver pieces from my pouch
yeah. Let me see. Hang on one second.
because where people react to silver, it makes them burn.
Let's see here.
They can't hold silver.
That's from the deal from earlier, right?
That's just a common thing about were creatures. All were creatures can't.
You mean
Yeah, I was just looking
the
mechanically in the game.
like
Yeah,
lycanthropy? You mean?
yeah. All
Yeah.
whether it's a
I know
werewolf
they
or were
can't
rat
ingest it.
or
I'm
were
just
that,
looking to see if they can't hold it.
they can't
See.
even hold it.
Isn't it that werebears are lawful neutral?
I don't know their alignment.
I believe they're lawful neutral, which is hilarious because, like,
I
I
don't
think
know.
that makes them the only lycanthropes that don't cause damage and destruction wherever they go.
So I'll look. So this will either
He
go
wants to
this will either
manual.
go one or two ways. I'll look it up. I'll look it up later to find out about if that can have a reaction to it or not. Either it has a reaction to them and they do this, or they just get sick of this and they do this. So I'll look up to find out if they can't even hold it. It's okay. It doesn't matter one way or the other. Mechanically, um, they they turn because it's 9:42. So so at 9:42 with your persistence, they turn and they hang on one second because now you guys have a city guard to help you. Um, they turn and go for the guard. Let's see here real quick.
Do they have to go past me in order to do that? Because I
No,
would
he's
like
right
to take
there.
my attack of opportunity. Okay.
No, don't.
He's just
Just
next to me?
it's
Okay.
it's 9:43. We're just go with what we got here. Hang on. Let's see.
I think there's enough room that they can get around.
They're all right there. Let's see. Golly, there's no thing for a guard. Let's see.
There
Uh,
should be if
I'm
you
like,
have the
yeah, here we go.
module.
There we go. I found one. Okay, here we go. Okay, so, okay, good. I just need to know how many hit points. So, one of the girls and one of the boys goes for the guard, and that. So Bob. Okay, one of the girls, one of the boys goes for Bob. Bob takes a hit. One more goes for Bob. See, that's what I should do. Y'all should all be NPCs and I can hit you. He just has a really low AC, or no, actually pretty good AC. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so they go, three of them go for Bob, and Bob's Bob's down. They latch into Bob. Bob is now down. One of them goes for you. Are you Elliot? You went up to him, right? You went there.
Yeah, I went
Okay.
up
Yeah.
to. So they'd have to.
See,
Yeah, unless
yes, how you
he's
guys are
right next
lucky.
to me.
So he rolled a 7. So the final one that went for you, missed you. They killed Bob. So he's dead. It's Elliot. Your turn, and there's one right on you.
Okay. I am going to. I am going to. I'm going to attack one of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, because I picked Squashbuckler, I can do sneak attack damage to one-on-one when I'm one-on-one with somebody. So that's what I'm gonna
Yeah, and
attempt to do.
they're within Celine's right there, kind of in the middle of all that. I mean, they're all right there around Celine. So I mean, you get sneak attack anyways.
Okay. So none of them look damaged.
The
One of
one
them
that's in
is.
front of Celine looks damaged. The one that's right on you does not look damaged.
Okay, I'm
The one,
attacking the one
the
that's
one that
next to.
went for you is not damaged.
Can
Here,
I go to the one
here,
that
let me draw
next
this
to?
so you guys can see. Um,
Can I go get to
yeah,
the damaged
hold
one
on. I'm
without
gonna, yeah,
taking opportunity attack?
the one. Hang on. Let me grab.
I'm gonna roll the attack and then we'll figure out which one
Yeah,
I'm
let me
attacking.
bring up one of the screens with your characters here. Let's see if I gotta find where you guys are. All right, let me bring you guys over here. We'll do it on this. You're not actually in the yawning portal. We're just using it. You guys were all transported to the yawning portal. Um, okay, so let me back up here real quick. Let me grab Celine. Okay, so Celine is standing here. Okay. Um, Let me grab. I'll just use this. Okay, so one of the and now you guys. I don't know if your characters know what a rare rat is, but there was one
Oh yeah, it's
here.
definitely wood.
There was one here. There was one here, and there's one here. The guard's body. Let me see who I can use. Is here. He's dead. All right, Elliot, you are like here. You were talking to the guard. and the one that was right next to Celine down here is the one that stepped over and bit you. So there, so if you guys can see this, this is you got actual a real
Damn it.
grid, so y'all can really act to the grid there.
Okay.
So now we're up to your turn. So this one above Celine is the one that's wounded. So in the current thing, you would provoke an
Okay.
opportunity from this one.
I wouldn't be able to get all the way over there. Okay.
No, that one
So,
was able to get to you because it's not moving out of Celine's melee range. But
okay.
yeah you would.
Okay, so I attacked
So if you attack the
the
one
one
that
that was
attacked you, that one just happened to be full.
okay. It didn't. Well, oh, I don't know what their AC is, but does
You don't
a
know that right now.
7 does a 7 hit AC?
Uh, no, a seven doesn't. Wait, let me see. I'm thinking. Hang on. I don't think so because even a zombie. Uh, yeah, seven doesn't hit. So yeah, if it's
Okay. Then okay, well, since I since I did attack it and I have mobility and fancy footwork, that means it can no longer take a whatchamacallit, tax of opportunity against me.
sure.
So I am then going to back up here, and then bonus action, I'm going to throw a kunai at this one, the one that
Okay.
was hit.
Yeah, go ahead.
So that's it. And it's next to somebody I know, so I get sneak attack.
Yeah, absolutely. And remember, you get 2d6 now.
Yeah. Hi. Does a 10 hit AC? Jeez.
10 does not hit AC.
God. All right. That's my turn.
Okay, and then Conan, you're at this point, you're at the door, but Ardal. I mean, it would have been a free action to be like, the guard's dead, come out.
Yeah.
Like it would have been a free action to be like, he ain't there. He
Well,
dead.
because I said that I was gonna like hold there until things were clear. So
Yeah,
as
it's
soon as
clear
the guard
now.
went down, I would
Yeah.
have like banged on the
Yeah,
door
and
and moved out of the way
yeah,
as
you
a
can even take a
reaction.
free action, like open the door and be
Yeah,
like, it's all
yeah,
going
I'd be
down,
like,
it don't matter.
shit's going
Um,
down, man. Let's
Yeah.
get into it.
yeah. How far away is the closest enemy?
Um, well, how much range do you have?
I need to be to do what I want to do. I have to be within 30 feet
Sure.
to do what I want to do.
Sure, that'll work.
So, am I within 30 feet
Yes.
from without having
Sure.
to literally step out? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, um, I just reach out my hand, and from my sparkly fingertips, lightning shoots out as I cast Witch Bolt at first level. Ooh, and that is a 22. Yeah, 22.
And who are you going for?
Just whichever one is the closest to me.
Yeah, this would be the
So,
closest. Like, if you're shooting it from the door, this one would be the best one to hit from that door.
wait, which one?
The one at the bottom. The one that's, well, you said the closest one. This is the
This
closest
one.
to you.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
Okay, go
Took me a
ahead.
second to figure out where everyone was because I was so zoomed in. So I zoomed out. Anyway, so yeah, so that's one that will automatically do 1d10 damage
Uh-huh.
every single turn until the enemy is down, and then it doesn't say what else. So I'm just gonna assume that the spell ends once the
Is
creature
it
goes down.
concentration?
It is a concentration, so I can't do anything else.
Okay.
Um, but that's fine. Well, at least nothing else that includes concentration. So
And
I think
Ardal's
I'm
kind
fine where I
of
am.
at this moment. Ardal's like in front of you. Okay, so then at this turn, he does 10 points of damage. You said.
Whoa, yes, because I just rolled a 10
Okay.
for the turn, and then that should end my turn because I'm just gonna stay where I am and keeping the lightning laser beam on him.
Okay, so this is something that's kind of coming out from you on him. Okay. All right. So Ardal, You're
Isn't Celine next?
what's that?
I thought Celine was after Conan.
Yeah, good call. Thanks for telling. Sorry, man.
No problem.
Celine, you're up. Now you're like told you. I told all you. You didn't want
All
to
right.
believe me.
All right. So
The one you've been working on is right in front of you.
yeah, I know, and
This one
just
and
don't
this
like
one
the
are
way
muted.
my people, the way I'm situated. Um. All right. Well, because unfortunately they're within melee range, I can't shoot them. I'm going to put away my gun and I'll short sword them. I rolled a 29.
Yeah,
I mean, not 29, not a 22
that
to
hits.
hit.
And are
And
you going to the one to the north or the one or which one?
yeah,
Okay,
the one,
the one you were working on already. Okay,
yeah, that one.
okay.
And that's going to be 8 points of damage.
All right. It takes us down to. All right.
And that would be my turn because I don't
Okay.
have anything else
And
to
now
do.
Ardal, you're up. Thanks for helping me know that about. Thanks, guys. It helps me when y'all pay attention to the initiative. So I
No
appreciate it.
problem. So I'm gonna take a bonus action and I'm gonna cast Spiritual Weapon.
Hmm.
It's just a big old heavy tome.
Yeah.
And I'll go for the whichever one's closest to me, I guess.
The one closest that currently has is it electric beam
Yeah,
on
yeah.
him? Yeah,
We'll
is
just give him
yeah.
a smack on the head. It's a 15.
15 to hit. Yes, it does.
Yeah. Okay.
So right
So
now y'all know a 10 doesn't and a 15 does. And when y'all hit the AC, I'm going to tell you, and then you'll know that.
so
And it's
that's 10 points of damage.
man, you guys are on it. Oh, that's right, because you're level
Um,
3. Okay, yeah.
and that because that was a bonus action. I'm gonna do a Sacred Flame because it's an
Okay.
action. So that's same one.
Yeah, go
If
ahead.
he's still up, yeah. So that's a Dex save, DC 12.
Okay. I'm using the golden dice. 14.
Ah.
That's
Okay, take no damage.
yeah. I don't know if he can add anything. Or I mean, that was a 14. I don't know what he had. Actually, it was a 16 because he had. I keep forgetting to add the. You guys are doing good against these because I keep forgetting to add the mods. Okay, yeah. So he makes that. Um,
Okay.
and now it's his move. So Celine, you get. Um, when you do an attack of opportunity, are you currently using a melee weapon or a ranged weapon?
Melee. I have
Okay,
my short
so
sword out.
you are gonna get an attack of opportunity against him.
All right. That's not gonna hit. Oh no, might hold on. 11
Ar-
to hit.
Ardal, does this look about right? Conan's at the door and you're just to the side. Like Conan's got a.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess.
that
Okay.
looks right.
All right. So yeah. So technically, Conan, where the line in front of you is like the door. I'm assuming you're kind of standing in the doorway, right? Like you're not technically outside.
Yeah,
Okay. All
yeah.
right. So that. All right. What did you say you did, Celine?
11. I rolled an
So
11.
11 does not hit.
All right.
So you almost you feel like just a little more you would have hit, but you miss 11, and it makes a beeline for Conan and does a let's see +4 does a 14. I don't know if 14 hits you.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So you want to do a you probably do good at this actually. You want to do a Constitution saving throw. Actually, no. That's right. They did turn. I'm sorry. They did turn. So yeah, you want to do a Constitution saving throw.
To keep my spell concentration up, correct?
And so you don't turn
Oh,
into a werewolf.
yeah, actually, yeah, both.
It'd be
Okay.
2.
Yeah, we'll just so I would say on this particular one, you want to do it for uh the Constitution is not about your this has to do with the fact that you just got bit.
It's Constitution +2. 15.
Yeah, so you maintain your composure. Now do a Constitution to see if you can maintain your your beam on him.
17.
Yeah, so it maintains, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the end of that one's turn. Um, let's see. This one pulls away from Celine, giving you an opportunity, Celine.
Nope, that's a miss.
Okay. All right.
Wait,
So,
you only get one attack of opportunity per turn, right?
oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's
Well, either
yeah,
way, it's still a
yeah.
miss.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about. Oh, yeah, wait. Yeah, if that's the case, then
I got one reaction per round.
okay. If that's the case, then one goes on Ardal. Okay, so the one on Elliot, 13 plus 4 is a 17. Does that hit you?
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, do a Constitution check. Conan, did I have you take 4 points of piercing damage?
You did now.
Okay, sorry, you were supposed to take 4 points. Okay, Elliot, do a Constitution save.
That is a 9.
Okay, all right. So then, okay. So let's see. That takes us to Ardal. All right, rolling for Ardal. That's 11 plus 4 is 15. Does 15 hit you?
Nope.
Okay, it misses Ardal. The one on Celine that you guys have been kind of going back and forth.
Well,
There's yeah,
did you say how much damage they did to me?
4 points of
Oh, 4.
piercing damage. Yeah, and Celine, he did 16. An attack amount was 16. I don't know if that hit you.
That hits.
Okay, giving a Constitution saving throw.
That's a 4.
Okay, and you take 4 points of um piercing damage.
Yep.
Okay, and then that takes us to I think I hit all them. They're resolved. Elliot, you're up. You got one on you.
Okay. Mr. Katana in hand.
I'm gonna switch out their icons though.
For it.
Oh, I can't do that because I started. I was gonna make them all puppy dogs, but I can't now because I put all their points on them. So okay, what did you get for your attack?
I rolled a 13.
Do you get? I don't think you get a sneak attack if it's just you. Which one are you going for?
The one right next to me, and I
Yeah.
do because I picked Swashbuckler.
Uh-huh.
It's their their cool thing. When it's me and another person,
Uh-huh.
I get sneak attack.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Sure.
You can look at
13 does hit.
Okay. That's 8 plus 3, 11 damage.
Okay.
And
then
then
now that
I'm
yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah, go
Are
ahead
you
and
describing
resolve your
something?
whole attack. Yeah, and now that we're in a little battle thing, if you guys want to, if you know you're gonna hit somebody and you want to pre-roll it, you can go ahead and do that. Give me your whole damage so I can, because I have to edit this every time you tell me. So what's the
Well,
whole? Mhm.
it was still the same amount of damage to that guy,
Okay.
but I'm gonna I'm gonna step back because now he can't take attacks of opportunity against me
Okay.
because of my feet, and then I'm going to throw a kunai at the this one over here by Conan. Which
Okay.
also
Yeah.
but sneak attack only happens once per turn, so this
Right.
is just a D4 plus just a D4 actually.
Okay.
If it hits.
Yeah, that's right.
Which
It's like an
I think
offhand.
yeah, because it's the offhand. So 16 versus AC.
Yes. Yeah, that hits.
And that's 4 damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Not,
And that takes us to Conan. You're up.
I'll just. I mean, just gonna keep lasering this guy who's in front of me.
actually, I'm gonna end my turn over here. But anyway.
Okay, that's fine.
He takes another 6 point of lightning damage.
Yeah, absolutely. He's not looking happy.
Um, and I can't go anywhere without taking attacks of opportunities or anything, so I'll just have to stay where I am.
All right. And that takes us to Celine. You're up.
Okay. Celine is a little pissed off and annoyed. So she is going to have kind of expend a lot of stuff here. She's going to move to here, right?
Yeah,
And
that's fine.
I'm going to spend a grit point that's going to make I'm going to get my pistol out. So I'm going to spend a grit point for Deadeye,
Mhm.
which would give me advantage on the roll. But since I'm at disadvantage because I'm within melee range,
Yeah,
it
it
makes it a
cancels out.
straight roll.
Mhm.
Then I am going to spend a second grit point for piercing shot, which allows me to attack as many creatures as I want in a line. So I'm going to get the second guy in that line right there.
Mhm.
So this one. That one would also be at a disadvantage, but I'm going to spend my third and final grit point to make that a straight roll
Okay.
as well. So my first roll was an 18. My second, well, a 21. Second roll was a 22.
Mhm.
So I'm going to assume that hits
Yeah,
both
both.
of them.
Yeah, both those hit.
Actually, no, that should be more. It's in like 26 and 25. And then, so each one does, where's my d10s? It's d8, d12. The hell's my d? There we go. So, are you fucking kidding? I got ones on both of my
Oh man. Yeah, I was
d10s.
thinking about it earlier when we were doing the out of combat stuff. I rolled three nat 20s when we were in out of combat stuff. Now when we get in a battle, I'm down to
All right.
threes and yeah.
Well, each of them take 4 points of damage. This one in front of me
Okay.
was I already damaged, so they both take 4 points of damage. And um, I'm going to. Well, actually, I could still have my short sword in my hand, so I'm going to use action surge
Okay.
because I'm assuming the one in front of me is not dead yet, right?
No, yeah, she's still there.
All right, so I'm going to use my action surge. I'm going to attack her with my short sword. And that is going to be 14 to hit. I'm assuming a 14 hits.
Yeah.
All right. And it's going to be 7 points of damage.
Okay. All right.
And that is the end of my turn because I just used up everything I have.
That's a good turn, man. Okay. That
Yeah,
brings
except for
us.
natural ones on both of my
Yeah,
damage dice. Ah,
that takes us to Ardal. You're up.
Okay, I'm gonna move my spiritual weapon to to the one by
Oh,
Celine.
yeah. We can do the spiritual weapon as the puppy dog. Okay, it
Okay,
comes over here,
so move
right
it
there.
up here. Yeah,
Yeah,
right there. And I already rolled the hit, so that's a 17 to
that
hit. So
hits.
that hit. So that's 9 damage.
Okay. And I'll give you guys
And
since. Oh, actually, yeah. You take her out. She's out.
awesome. Okay, and so that's a bonus action. So for my action, I'm going to reach out and touch the one in front of me.
Yep.
No, the one in front of Conan,
Okay.
and do inflict wounds.
All right.
Um, that hits with a 21,
Mhm.
and that's 29 damage.
Yeah, it's like
29 damage. Holy damn.
it's like like not even like it's just splatter, just a pool of blood splatter. Um, okay, that takes us to that was Ardal. So, all right, the one let's see here. Okay, um, this one goes to Elliot, and the one's on you, Ardal. So Elliot, 3 plus 4 is a 7. 4 plus 4 is a 8. So a 7 and an 8, they miss. That takes us. Elliot, you're up. Elliot.
He muted? No, he's not muted.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There we go. So what I was saying is I pre-rolled my attack. This first attack with the sword was a 23 to hit,
Yep.
and it was 19 damage.
Okay.
And then I backed up with the same feat thingy,
Sure.
and then I threw my kunai, but that one missed because it was only a 10, and
Okay.
10 doesn't hit, right?
Yeah. No. Okay.
All right.
All right. Okay. So that takes us to.
Does it look bloodied after 19 damage?
Yep.
Cool. So almost
That
dead.
takes us to. That was Elliot. Conan. You're up. So, Ardal. Ardal took care of the one that was on you.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to look at something really quickly. Yeah, it doesn't say. So okay, it's really weird. The wording, sort of wording of Witch Bolt, which is what I cast to shoot lightning. It says that the spell ends if I use my action to do anything other than continue to keep zapping. And that the spell also ends if the target is ever outside the
Yeah.
spell range or has total cover from me. So does that mean I can just redirect the?
Wait.
I would assume that means I can redirect the lightning to a
Wait.
different
Say.
target as long as
Yeah.
it's
Say
in
it. Wait. Say that. Hang on. Let me. What's the name of the spell? Witch bolt.
Which
Witch Bolt.
will no. Usually, if a spell says after the target goes down, you can use such and such action to move it to another target. It would say so. If it doesn't, it probably means the spell ends with the target going down.
Let's see. The spell ends if the target is outside of the spell's range. Yeah, I get for the fact that it says outside of the spell's range or cover from you. Then I would say it ends. We can look that up for later, but right now, because it seems to imply that if the target leaves, it doesn't allow you to make a new target. So technically, the target's like outside of your range because it's dead. We can check. I'll make that ruling for tonight, but we can check on it to see. I think that's
So does Witch's Bolt
yeah. So it ended
drop
when he
then?
died. Yeah, when he died, it ended
Okay.
because he's
It's
out.
weird. It's just
And I
weird
may
because
be wrong about that, and I'll fix it later if I am. But
yeah.
for tonight, and I'm saying
Most
that because
concentration spells aren't like that, but okay.
well, because it
Um,
specifically says the spell also ends if the target is outside of your range. So it's the target's gone now. It's a dead. There is no target. So we can look that up, but I'm guessing because it words that it's implying. What do they say? Rule intended or whatever. Sounds like it's
Yeah.
intended to only be used for one target, not because there are spells that allow, like Hunter's Mark. It specifically says you can move to another target. This one seems to go out of its way to mention that if the target's not available for you, then the spell ends. So, anyways, we'll say
um,
that for right now, and
okay, so then just at a quick, I guess, look around the field. Which one of the enemies looks the most healthiest out of all of them?
okay, so the one that Elliot was attacking, Ardal, did you hit the one in front of you? Or no, you went up and hit the one with Celine, then you hit the one by. Okay, the one in front of Ardal looks perfectly healthy. The one by Elliot looks pretty beat up.
Uh, let us change that. I'm going to. I got plenty of first level spells, so I will continue to use them. Um, I'm going to cast a magic missile at first level at the one that is over by who is it? Elliot, the one that's over by Elliot. See if I can finish him off.
Yeah, go ahead.
So that's a dart that deals 1d4 plus 1,
Yep, you killed him.
and I create 3 of them that will hit
Can
automatically.
you,
So,
if you do a dart and you kill a target, can you move on to another target?
uh, yeah, because it says I
What?
can direct them to any targets
Yeah,
that I want.
what's
They
your
all go to one.
is this magic
So,
missile?
yeah, it's a magic missile,
Yeah,
and
so
I
you take him out with one missile.
sweet. So then the other 2, it should be the other 2 will be directed at the
Yep.
one that's in front of who is it? Celine?
Ardell,
Ardell?
yeah.
Ardell, okay. That's 5, 6, 7 damage to the one in front of Ardell.
Okay.
And then that ends my turn.
Okay. Ardell, you're up. There's one right in front of you. Don't forget your puppy dog.
Nope, Celine's after Conan.
Sorry.
Yep.
Joe, I
You
promise
keep
I don't have
skipping
it out for you, man. Okay. Celine, you're up.
All right. All right. I'll shoot for the one that's the only one that's still standing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that hit.
Yep.
That's 1d10.
If y'all want to pre-roll,
Ooh, 13 points.
yeah, that's good. Yeah, their AC is 12. If you guys want to pre-roll.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
so
you
that
did
definitely
13.
hit.
Yeah.
13 points of damage.
All right. And is that your turn?
That's the end of my turn, yeah.
Okay, and now we're up to Ardal.
Okay, well, I pre-rolled an inflict wounds on the one in front of me, and I got a nat 20, so 28 points.
Yeah. Again. So y'all see this cleric just to just blood, like there's not pieces, it's just a splat of blood. Celine takes a shot, and again Ardal's just splat of blood. It's at this moment that you see coming around the corner of this, because this is all happening right here. Coming around the corner of the north entrance looks to be M. McDonald with 8 city guard, and he says, "What in the world is going on here?" And then we'll end it tonight.
All right.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.